think you should write a very strongly worded letter.
Oh, I can't be bothered.
And that's what they said about evil, right? All it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing.
That's very true.
I mean, I'm okay with watching the world burn. It all blows up in the end anyway.
The real world or the Dungeons and Dragons world?
The real world.
Wow. That's cynical. I thought I was cynical, but wow.
Jessica's an old soul, is what I've gathered from my limited interaction with her. She's seen things.
Whereas I'm old, but tried not to be.
You still have a spark of naivete. I mean, I wouldn't call you an ingenue, but there is a certain aspect of you that still hopes for the best, which I love about you, Joe.
Oh, yeah. I am very much like that. I've always been a see the best in people kind of person. I've had life's beaten a bit of that out of me, but it's still definitely there.
Well, I mean, that's, you've got children, so that's how you ruin them for the next generation, and
absolutely
so on and so forth. It's the circle of life, right?
Just had a good parents' evening though, so that was good.
What's considered good? No reports of your children biting anybody?
No, all of them were really very pleased with him. So just said
well done you.
Yeah. Well done him too. But yeah, he's very much like I was. He doesn't like to be on the wrong side of people. So he'll play by the rules as much as possible, so that anything for a quiet life. To a point.
Right.
So he gets his head down and gets on with it. He doesn't like getting into trouble.
Right.
But he does like troublemakers.
Right. Speaking of troublemakers, how's it going, Maddie?
I'm hanging out,
Insulting anybody this week?
Not yet, but it's only Thursday.
That's right.
Only the old people.
But
I did go to.
Sorry.
I went to an antique shop today, and I found a chest that has double layers. I'm putting all my dice in it.
Oh my god!
It's fantastic. I'm really excited.
A chest?
Yeah.
Do you mean an actual I think of a chest as like a traveling trunk.
Yeah, no, like a mini one of those.
Like a jewelry box.
Like a little treasure chest. I'm not going to do it while I'm on sound. But I just found my dice.
Love the idea, and now I want a chest.
Here, I'll send a picture of it to the
and have chat. Like the right proper dragon horde worth of dice.
Dude, seriously, yeah. Exactly.
Oh my god. Okay, we got to stop this conversation. Already starting to border on something that's about to happen at some point in the future.
The dragons?
All right, fine. There's a chest of dice someplace.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
If you're good.
What does good constitute?
That's exactly my question. What does good constitute?
I think you all know what good constitutes.
At this point. We're partially evil.
I mean, right now, I just don't want to get eaten by a T-Rex. So that's my priority at the moment.
Absolutely.
What do you mean?
Yes.
What's the T-Rex eats in the chest of dice?
That would be... they probably do eat things like that, right? Because a lot of animals eat bits of gravel and things to help with their digestion.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's nice, right?
That's really nice.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, I want one now.
I'm so jealous.
That is really cool.
Right?
That's also a pretty cool table that you play D&D on via the computer. So it looks... You've got that whole sort of tavern we meet at the tavern feel.
Thanks, I got it from Walmart.
Now, you see, there's at some point you need to stop oversharing because you should have stopped there.
I mean, it is embarrassing that I shop at Walmart, but like, I'm a broke kid.
Walmart has a lot of good prices. It's just that it would have been better if you just said, "Oh yeah, it was handmade."
Oh yeah, no.
Passed out from my great grandfather who fought in the Civil War, or whatever.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of furniture is absolutely, honestly spectacular, but it is so heavy.
So heavy, yeah. Like, oh my gosh. This table, it took me literally like 2 hours to put together because the screws just would not go in.
Okay, so I'm going to start recording now.
Okay.
Since I didn't do it last time.
Oh, yes. Reminder.
Start recording.
Okay.
We remembered.
So the first thing we're going to do with this new recording is I'm going to tell you all to fuck off for being so helpful. All right. We'll edit that out. Maybe not. Henrietta, darling, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
I think
all right.
so
that was like the
working,
most.
So.
Just gonna say that is like the most unenthusiastic. I'm fine.
Yeah. It was, wasn't it? It was like, I'm not convinced.
I'm just here so I won't be fined.
No, I'm focusing on my OBS to see if it's working.
Oh,
yeah.
Much. So I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk, but do you think you understand how it works? My understanding is it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just had to download a plugin to get the Discord.
Okay. Why don't you do this? Why don't you stop recording, save this one as a separate one, and then start recording again? Because the short version... Okay, good.
Yeah, I tested it. That's why I was muted the first minute.
Henrietta, I say this in front of everyone. You are so prepared. I love that about you. And I hope all of you can take inspiration from her incredible leadership. Not naming names. You know who you are.
I am a chaotic disaster gremlin.
You know who you are. Okay. Since I think pretty much everybody is depleted of inspiration or close to it, would anyone like to earn inspiration by helping with the summation of previous episodes' events?
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Okay. Got to see where we started. Oh yeah, we had Cud, didn't we? And he had the ghoul on him. And he was basically sort of going for us. And we were trying to say stop, we're friends. And we killed the ghoul. And we tried to help him remember who he was. And I think it was Darlin had the idea to use the
Moldamite?
black stuff.
Yeah, the Moldamite.
The Moldamite. Which it worked, and we got him back. But he wanted to know who killed Icicle. We were all sort of stood there whistling and looking around dubiously.
We found him like that.
Yeah, it just happened.
We found a regenerating troll burnt to death. That just happened by itself.
Just points at the corpse of Solano.
Yeah.
We asked Real if he knew how we could get the hand mark off of Story, and he said that remove curse wouldn't work. That Terolvar had not encountered this before, but he thought a higher level cleric healing spell might do it. But he did say if she helps someone on Bane's blacklist, it probably won't work out well for her. But if we're attacked by someone opposing Bane, Bane might help us depending on the situation. Real also
Good. So it's not so much that Bane is directly involved in it; it's more the sort of the spirit of Bane, if you will. It's the difference being one is an active intervention by a deity, which really isn't going to happen at this level, and the other one is more sort of a a curse in the spirit of someone's preferences.
Like getting zapped by a ring from a rival god.
Yes, exactly. The way to think of it simplistically is you've essentially been magnetized.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? Oh. And there's electricity involved as well, right? So
yep.
You get the wrong end of the magnet, and sparks go flying.
So Riel also looked at Kasuth's brooch, and we learnt that Kasuth is a pretty big primordial god, but he's not a god who's looking for followers. He's more of a being or a force. He doesn't particularly want followers. We went to Clarissa's quarters to get her coffin so we could take her with us. And she, I can't remember why, but we got her to read some of the bottoms of the potion. And there was a filter of love potion and a poison resistance potion, which I believe we pocketed. Then we wanted to go out the way that Cullen went, or was heading. But we got to a gap that was more than 12 feet wide, and we couldn't see the bottom, basically. We tossed a pebble down that cavern a really long way. Light was cast on it, and it kind of went so far down that we couldn't see the light anymore. And we didn't want to suss out a way to get the coffin across, because the thing we're transporting it on will not go across the gap.
Yeah.
So we doubled back and we went south on the map, and we're now on a sandy beach next to a river of blood, and it's hot. We came across a shape on the river. He was tall and lean and floating in a boat on the river, and he acknowledged us and pulled alongside and tried to get us to go with him. So he wasn't Lyra, but he was one of the ferrymen. And if we wanted to cross, we had to pay. And he said he would take us to where the river leads, which is to the main Styx and other tributaries. But we decided not to go with him, and we carried on the path, and came across this T-Rex with someone flying around him, shooting at him, trying to kill it. And that's kind of where we left off.
Excellent summary. You gain inspiration. Well done, Joe. Would anybody like to add anything?
Joe did it perfectly.
She pretty much covered.
Yeah.
There was a humorous moment when someone felt a little bit, a session prior, when someone felt a little bit cheated about not getting tea from Clarissa. And then ending up with Clarissa wiggling her toes in the warm liquid that was.
Yes, Cud took some of the liquid and absolutely loved it, and then couldn't believe that tea was better than that.
He's going to be so disappointed. He is going to be so disappointed.
He is going to be disappointed.
But majorly disappointed.
Two of our party members now have been puddles.
Very good. Well done. Yes. So, where were we? Why don't we roll initiative?
Already.
Great in.
I'm going to die this in combat. Just by the way.
6.
I see. Yeah. So you want to die, do you?
No. I just haven't had a chance to rest.
Ooh, Dallin beat me. For worst initiative.
Before we start, who's looking a bit blooded? Anybody?
Me and Cud both have a token.
I'm alright. Somehow.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
If I stay to the back, then it should be fine. Hopefully.
Well, I mean, who knows where the back is, technically?
Fair, that's fair.
Oh, I did something wrong.
Technically, bloodied is below half, right?
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, it's a bit like when I don't know if you've ever watched boxing or, Ultimate Fighting or something. Whew, that is loud. Hang on a sec. Let me turn that down a bit. Yeah, so if you've ever watched boxing or anything, in the beginning, the guys, they start pummeling each other, and they start getting a bit bruised. They get a little bit sweaty. Somewhere, once somebody starts doing some serious damage, the skin breaks, and you start seeing blood all over the place. And that's kind of an example of what bloodied means here.
Gotcha.
So we're at the moment a bit scratched and bruised.
Some of you are pretty bad off because you haven't had a long rest.
I burned hit dice.
Yes. All right. So, who would like to roll for our lizard friend, and who would like to roll for flying on over there?
Could I roll for the T-Rex?
Sure.
Okay. I love the Tyrant Lizard King.
It's tiny arms.
Put your hands up. I'm fucking trying.
Like, yeah, it's the biggest dino. It's the biggest carnivorous dinosaur ever, but it's got such tiny arms.
It does.
It's got the teeth to make up for it.
The bite force. Because I think technically both Spinosaurus and Giganotosaurus are bigger. But not from the same area.
All I can think of is a T-Rex trying to make a bed.
I love the ones where they have the hand grabbers.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Anyway, we're devolving.
Yeah.
Don't we always?
Yeah, okay, so T-Rex gets 11, and who was rolling for our flyboy? Anybody?
I will.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, he's last then.
We are very distracting with a vampire, a nightmare, a coffin, and a minotaur.
Well, I think the vampire is technically inside the coffin at the moment. We'll put the coffin over here.
A 6-foot Brazilian model.
And you've got a nightmare. Yeah, the nightmare.
Didn't she get out of the coffin to go across the river, or did we not actually get to cross because he came out first?
You did cross. There was a T-junction, and you managed to get it across through some clever engineering.
She came out of it when we crossed, didn't she?
Yeah, because we didn't want her to risk getting sloshed.
Yes. Sides, so she's going to climb back into the coffin. So she doesn't.
She's very helpful.
Yeah, she's real helpful.
She's, she doesn't have any sunblock.
We're not outside.
Are we outside?
Yeah, this is outside. Sorry, is that not clear?
Word.
You guys got out. So you guys got out of the. So you see the trees.
Yeah.
That's an indication it's outside. But so essentially, what happened was there was a the tunnel you originally came down was a bit windy and narrow, but very high ceilinged, and then at some point it kind of opened into a broader underground stream stroke burn system, which is where you saw the other boatman.
Okay.
And you followed that main body of water, which basically went, it sort of intersected at roughly a 90-degree angle. And you went one way and then you went the other way. And as you came the other way, you saw the sky and the entrance of the cavern. And you've literally just come out the edge, come out of the cavern now. And this is where this T-Rex is running amok, being wasped to death by...
Giving me Land of the Lost vibes.
Well, yeah, it is very much so. I mean, I'm not going to say that we're going to introduce a slee stack exactly, but it's always possible. Trademarks allowed. Okay, cool. So Satina is up first.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, figure out what you're doing.
I shall. I think best bet is to cast Mage Armor on myself. Increase
You've been adventuring the whole day without Mage Armor?
Yeah, I know. It's really off-brand, but I forgot. So let me do that. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor to myself, and then I'm gonna take it and take a bit of it and make my hula hoop as well.
All right.
And that's my turn. Or wait, hold on. I want to take my movement and get behind this rock.
Okay. So you sort of push Cud out of the way.
I envision it like I'm going either between his legs or between the small gap between the rock and him. That's the way I'm envisioning it.
Roll an acrobatics check.
Oh, word. Okay. Not my strong suit. 14.
Yeah, you're just tall enough that as you run through between his legs, you somehow manage to brush up against something, and he goes,
Sorry.
Oh, ooh, hello. All right. The T-Rex. What does the T-Rex do? Well, I guess he's being harassed by Mr. Flyboy here. But he can't reach him. So he looks around and sees the next best thing. 1, 2, 3. I guess technically you're kind of in the way as well. So yes, Jess, Tara, Henrietta, why don't you roll for Hrimfaxi? And since you're there, Addie, you can roll for.
Roll for who? Cud. Okay.
To see who gets the T-Rex's attention. So it looks like it's going to be Hrimfaxi. I guess technically can't actually go. Well, he's 2 sizes larger, but he can't stop. So okay, so he's going to stop there. So it'll be we'll say it's Cud. Let's have who didn't roll just now. Joe didn't roll. Joe, do you want to roll for the T-Rex?
Okay.
2 attacks, please. 1 bite, 1 tail.
8 and 16.
Ooh. What is Cud's armor class? I forgot. I think that's not going to be very good. You just brought him back.
How tall
Please
is a
don't kill him.
Well, it's not that I want to kill him. I mean, he's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Everything we love dies.
Yeah, so he gets whipped across the face with the tail.
Just hanging
and he's bitten as well. And that's going to be enough to take him down. Actually, he really shouldn't be attacked twice. He should really be attacked once because he can only be attacked once by the T-Rex. So the other one goes after. So the other attack is on Eleanor. So Ellie, you're going to end up taking 20 points from the tail whip. while the T-Rex bites Cud for, you wouldn't know exactly, but let's just say he takes a gigantic chunk of the pectoral muscle tissue off of Cud. And Cud screams, "Oh, don't like it."
Hello, hello.
Hello. Oh, you're here. Okay. Terrific. Why don't you roll initiative? We just started.
Yep, it's just
initiative.
loading up. It'll just take a minute.
All right. Well, so we're going to skip you this turn. Meridian has found a very beautiful flower, and she's quite keen to investigate further. Ellie.
First of all, ow.
Yeah. It's basically like the tail is just sitting on top of your head at this stage and just kind of crushing you.
I preferred the undead one over this.
You want the undead one? The one that spits out zombies?
Eh.
At least that one was far enough away.
Right
on top of
yeah. Ellie has very, very strange priorities.
We know.
Can I'm torn between casting grease under one of its feet or hitting it with Thunderwave.
Oh, Thunderwave.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey,
Thunderwave.
hey.
Sorry.
Thunderwave!
Okay, so I just want to double check something. It doesn't say anything about the size of the creature, so yeah, I guess in theory, you could push him back 10 feet. That would be amazing. Go ahead and roll his save. Yes, he gets pushed back 10 feet. And I guess he'll take some damage. All right. Cora.
Okay. So, seeing the kind of damage it can do, I am going to get out of its way but stay close to my party so that I can heal them. So I'm going to use my Radiant Soul as my action, spread my wings, and fly 30 feet up in the air. How tall is the T-Rex, by the way? Would he be able to get me at 30 feet?
Yes, quite possibly. He's a huge creature, first of all, so mechanically he's got to be at least as tall as, in theory, he's got to be at least as tall as he is long or wide.
Okay.
But in practice, the is a little bit taller than 15 feet.
Okay. So I'm going to go straight up 30 feet. You just put a little thing on me so that you know I'm in the air. And then I'm going to use my bonus action healing words to give some much needed stuff back to Ellie.
Okay. Oh, apparently they're only 12 feet tall. Shorty got a complex.
Oh, so technically he couldn't get me then because his arms are short.
Yeah.
I mean, he can jump.
Well, yeah.
He's got a pretty good, he's got a pretty good leap there.
There it is.
Just waving ineffectually.
You get 12 points back.
Thank you.
Ellie, you're welcome.
All right. Well done. Story.
All right. I am going to cast a phantasmal force.
What the hell? What's going on with you?
Swarm of bees around its head.
Oh, very nice. Can you post it again as usual?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so. Swarm of bees. Yep, okay. Yeah. I mean, the rest of you don't see any difference, but it starts sort of snapping its humongous jaws I'm not even sure bees really would affect it, to be honest, but I guess around the eyes.
Oh, they're gonna hurt regardless.
Fair enough. The flying man
Honestly,
says,
I just wanna distract that giant frickin' mouth, and then I'm gonna 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
jump in the coffin with Clarissa.
It's tempting, but no. I don't trust her.
She'll be like, "Oh, hello."
What? You don't want to join a vampire in its coffin?
It's like a sleepover. Yes, and so the flying man, just to be clear, he's flying around. He seems to be wearing some studded leather armor. He's got a crossbow strapped to his hip. He's got so many crossbow coral cases that you can barely see him underneath it. Plus, he's got a big backpack. He's also got a staff in one hand. And he's zipping around. He goes, what? You're ruining the plan. Oh, fine. And he lands in front of the T-Rex.
Oh, okay.
Just stay out of the way. Shoot him from range or something. Dallin.
And I'm gonna do the exactly opposite of what he said.
Same.
Sorry.
See, the difference is when you say that, I love it. When Tara says it, it gives me agita.
Well, I just have to run towards the freaking Rex and hit him. Twice.
Yes, right.
With my great axe.
Ooh, level 5, I see, he says.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, nice.
20 will hit, for sure. Well done. You're going to put a smite on that?
Nah, I can try it on the next one. Since I didn't.
All right.
Okay.
I don't think there's a limitation on using Divine Smite in one round. As long as you hit them, you can use Divine Smite on every attack, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let's put our Divine Smite on. I hit. What? There you go.
Wow. All right.
Nice. That's powerful.
Yeah. Light fills the entire area. And the T-Rex snaps his jaws around at you.
And I slash at his toes. And I'm gonna try it again.
You're going to try and make the back legs match the front legs.
Yeah.
Wow. Savage.
Basically, you won't be able to move because his legs will be too short to take him anywhere.
He's gonna evolve into a snake.
You cut off 3 gigantic toenails. Yes, it is very, very upset at you.
26 damage. That's awesome.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Meridian.
Hello. Okay. So seeing this giant lizard, I feel kind of offended because I'm supposed to be the big lizard here. I'm just gonna. This is a tree, right? Not a bush.
Yes. Well, these are bushes.
Bushes?
These are bushes and trees. So, I mean, I'm not going to be too strict about it, but
Okay.
it's easier to keep track of it and say you've got some cover in it as well as difficult terrain to get through it.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna come to the edge of this bush here and shoot a chaos bolt at the giant lizard.
Ooh.
Sounds impressive.
Ooh. Nice.
Oh my God! You just
My
critted.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go.
Bye bye,
So
T-Rex.
let's just be clear. So
Wow.
So no. So let's just be clear. So it's 10 on a hit. The target takes 2d8 plus 1d6. Oh, right. So you do all of that damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
right.
get to choose the type of damage between force and poison. I'm gonna do force damage.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So your paladin looks back over her shoulder at you, having expended 2 spell slots and 2 attacks to do less damage.
I'm very I'm very threatened. My ego is threatened by the bigger lizard. And then I'm just gonna step back like a little bit further into the bush.
All right.
That's my turn.
Satina.
Yes. Let's see. Dude, where's my cursor? There it is. I am going to. I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the dinosaur. That's a 20. Jeez Louise.
Whoa.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
For 13 damage.
Or whatever a T-Rex would say.
It doesn't sound like that in Jurassic Park, but okay.
Yeah, because Jurassic Park is clearly the be all and end all on dinosaur, documentaries.
Absolutely.
Of course.
You mean that's not real?
Yeah.
Look, if Jeff Goldblum
My
said it, then
childhood.
It's a
real.
documentary. Didn't you know?
Yeah, they tried to get Stephen Hawking, but he had too much trouble getting up and down the ramps on the island.
my
Sorry, too soon. Ellie.
I'm going for its kneecaps.
Go kneecaps.
And I have a quarter. That's a 20 to hit.
Wow.
Dude, what is up?
And I'm going to burn a key point and do 2 unarmed attacks. That's 2 more 7s. Because I assume a 21 and a 25 will hit.
Wow.
Documentary.
Hope it stays this way.
All going for the same kneecap. And I'm going over here.
Yeah, so the T-Rex, I guess the T-Rex has been hit quite a few times from the back and would probably want to turn around and start snapping at whoever attacked him that he could reach. I guess that'll be
Hello.
Dallin.
Oops.
But he'll bite at Flyboy first because he can't use both attacks on the same target. So, Henrietta, would you like to roll the attack on Viggo Mortensen's less good-looking younger brother? And Maddie, you can roll the attack on Dallin.
Okay. Ooh.
I would like to look over the back of the nightmare and just be like, "Hey, you big stupid lizard! You're just a stupid piece of meat, you know." And I'd like to use cutting words to give it disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Or no, not disadvantage. It's a subtraction of a d6.
Okay, yeah. You can choose to use this feature after the creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines whether the attack roll. Okay. All right. Yeah, you can roll a d6. And that's which attack?
The one on Dallin.
Right. So the tail attack on Dallin is still going to hit. And
I
that's
still tried.
yeah, you did 20 bludgeoning points of damage.
Oof.
Yes, and the bite on the man succeeds, except that there is a shimmer of light, and you see what appears to be the shield spell, for those of you who know it, pop up, and he's just sort of biting on this invisible eggshell, and he comes away disappointed.
Nice.
Cora.
Okay. I am going to use my movement to go up another straight 10 feet and then go across 20 feet to here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Toll the Dead.
All right.
Him, her, are we? There we go.
Yeah, go for it.
5.
Yes. All right.
And then
Bong.
I'm going to use my bonus action
Oh, I forgot about cut in the nightmare altogether.
to cast Spiritual Weapon.
The T-Rex looks very badly injured, like it's near the end. Just a FYI.
In which case, maybe I won't. What I will do then is I will cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Satina.
Cute.
Mhm.
At the 2nd level. And there we go. 17.
Oh my, jeez, Louise! Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right, Story.
I will look over the back of the nightmare again and yell, "Have you seen a big stupid thing around here? I seem to have lost mine." And I will cast Vicious Mockery.
Chromfaxy looks at you and raises one eyebrow.
Sorry, not you.
And he walks away from you and drops a poop right at your feet.
Yay! Plus magic.
How dare?
Yeah. So Flyboy is going to drop his staff, pull out a glowing longsword, which he then starts whipping around in this furious-looking attack. So fast, so dexterously that you actually hear the ringing of the blade as it cuts through the air, and it proceeds to stab at the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's see. Yeah. Emma, why don't you roll 2 d20s for us?
Sounds good.
Okay. So the first attack hits, and it's much damage does it do? There's a gash open. The second one misses, and he shouts to Dallin, back away, I've got it."
Back away?
It's my kill. I mean, don't let him tell you what to do. I mean, it's like, why should you start listening to him for now?
Yeah, but if you want him, you can get him. I'm looking kind of hurt anyway. So I'm gonna take the dodge action and run away.
Disengage, you mean?
Yeah, disengage.
Yeah.
Run back.
Dodge is where you stay in the same place,
Yeah.
but you
Disengage.
improve. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Meridian.
Let's see. I'm going to cast Firebolt because I'm getting low on spells and it seems pretty hurt anyways. And as I'm going to step forward again and cast this. And as I cast it, I'll yell, "Yeah, can you shoot fires out of your hands, stupid lizard?" Oh.
Wow, taking it personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the guy was doing was, hanging out. And it goes right past him And although he is a mindless animal, he turns at you, and you, for a moment, briefly sense a hint of sarcastic teasing.
From
I'm
the
gonna
T-Rex?
Yeah, I mean, nobody told me that.
I suddenly feel exposed as it turns to look at her.
You were doing the same thing.
Satina.
Yes. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt. I think my acid splash is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's 60 feet. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna do acid splash because I think it's fun. And I forgot that I thought it was burning hands where it's like a cone right in front of you. It's not.
Nope.
It's a DC 14.
Yeah, you should change the thing so that it's got the spell description.
Oh, you're right. I will do that.
Go ahead and roll his save. Where are you throwing it exactly?
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was throwing it like at his torso area.
He jumps out of the way. And the acid lands at the feet of your unknown stranger. And he says, "Watch for the shoes! They're brand." Eleanor. This music's confusing.
Oh my god.
What do you want to do?
I'm kind of wondering what brand of shoes they are. They might be Susna.
They might not be Susna, but they might be somebody else that you know.
Hit. $23 to hit, 6 bludgeoning.
Yeah, so 6 bludgeoning. Yeah. He looks terrible.
Burn a key point. 2 unarmed attacks. 12 to hit. 25 to hit, 5 bludgeoning.
Yeah. And that'll do it. And he collapses.
Can I like flip up onto the dinosaur's back and like punch through an eye?
Oh my god.
Oh, now that's just macabre.
Don't you want to destroy his nose?
"Stop doing that! Stop doing that! You're ruining it!" And he stands in front of you, and you can see the brand on his footwear.
Oh, God.
They're pikeys. Very famous in Neverwinter.
Needlessly expensive.
He starts pulling out a rather long and forbidding-looking carving knife and starts hacking away at the head around the neck area. "It's my kill! I was going to finish him off."
But you didn't.
Sorry, what?
But I killed it.
I didn't ask you to. I had it well in hand.
No, you didn't.
His hands start glowing as he looks at you. "Back off!"
I do not fear what you can do to me.
We don't need to fight.
Kind of start to walk up, and she'll just be like, "So do we only provide courtesy to like monster friends?"
I don't even understand what you're trying to say there. Sorry.
Oh, she's just saying, do we only provide courtesy to monster friends? Like, there's no reason to get hostile.
"It's my kill. It's my trophy." And he pulls out this sack from his backpack, and he opens it up. And from within, he pulls out another head of another dinosaur. It's got 3 giant horns and a great big bony plate behind it. "I'm perfectly capable of taking all of these myself."
Okay. We're You're welcome.
I'm going to wipe this entire island of all of these beasts.
Why?
No,
Why?
you're
And-
not.
And then I'm going to build the best stronghold ever seen.
Here?
No one will be talking about my uncle after this.
Who's your uncle?
Yes, I get the feeling that there's more issues here than just wanting to kill things.
Now just back off, young lady.
I'm pretty sure I'm older than you.
Yeah, well, you certainly look it.
Can I punch him? Can I try and punch him?
Oh boy.
Need to fight.
Sure.
Make peace, not war.
I'm not going for lethal damage. I just want to hit him in the face.
You can certainly try.
22.
The shield comes up and you just bounce off an invisible barrier. And he looks at you and says, and then he looks at the rest of the party and says, "You sure you want to do this? I guarantee it's not going to end well for you."
Cool.
Don't look over here at me, sir. And start like, backs up. Like, I don't care.
Ellie, do you think it's right to fight this man? I mean, we're like 6-1.
But what did he do to us?
I was
Oh, he's being
making
a
a
dick.
point.
Extremely rude.
I was making a point. He was rude. This is my dinosaur. Go find your own.
Technically, we walked up on him.
That is very true.
I killed it. Why?
You did. I think we need to fight this guy. To be honest,
I'm still holding its eyeball.
you're holding its eyeball.
Yeah.
Be that.
Gross. What did it feel like?
Squishy.
Oh,
It's not that
nice.
squishy. It's actually quite hard.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's slimy.
It's slimy, but it's hard.
Nice.
I'm not opposed to killing
For those
these
of you
massive
who
things,
actually
but
felt,
how about we find
felt
our own?
eyeballs.
You said what?
For those of you who have ever felt an eyeball, they're typically wet but they're not that squishy.
I
Gross.
can't
You
say I have.
you sound like you have experience.
Yeah, sure.
Doesn't. Yeah. Ow.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a human eyeball. I'm not saying it's not.
Well,
Are we
You don't
allowed
know
to
me.
ask?
You don't know me.
I've actually eaten one.
You've eaten an eyeball?
A human eyeball?
This-
That's
Not
pretty
a
cool.
human.
This just took a turn.
Are we
Food.
recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Let's
recording.
You said we
traumatize
were.
whoever listens to this.
Wait, if Ellie keeps that eyeball, can we try and cook it up?
Seriously?
I think it'd be fun.
I want to
How
cook some of the
Ellie is
dinosaurs,
currently
make it taste
thinking.
like bacon.
Would this be good?
Oh, yes. That would be good.
Because orc bacon is nice. So,
Dinosaur bacon.
Dinosaur bacon could be good.
Mm.
Steak.
On second thought, I think we should keep the dinosaur.
Keep
Well, I mean, not like keep it, but like, like
Eat
he
it.
takes some of it and then we take some of it and then we cook it up and he could do whatever he wants with it.
If you'd like the head, let him have the head and we'll just eat the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What?
That
What's
seems
going
fair.
on with his
I-
uncle
I-
anyway?
I mean, to
Yeah.
be fair, we have seen like 2 other dinosaurs just within the last couple days.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we could find our own if this gentleman would like to keep this one.
Will you at least let her keep the eyeball, though? She did tear it out of its head. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty metal.
No. The eyeball stays in the head, and he takes it from you, and he plops it back in the socket.
Gross. Ew.
Where's my
You-
lunch?
You have the head. We'll keep the rest of the body because we
Nope.
want it.
No,
We wanna
I need
eat
all
it.
the body parts, all
Why?
the main organs.
Why do you need all the body
Why?
It's my dinosaur. I can do what the hell I want
parts?
with
It's
it.
not your dinosaur. You
It
didn't
is.
kill
I
it.
was
We
shooting
did.
it already.
Why-
I didn't
why-
ask
why
you.
are we-
I told you to get away from it.
Why are we picking this fight? I don't understand.
Why do you even
And
want
he
to
starts
disrupt the
casting-
ecosystem
he
by
starts-
killing them all?
He starts casting a spell, and you immediately sense, all of you with magical abilities, divine and arcane, that something very, very bad is happening.
Oh gosh.
Whoa.
No, sir,
Okay.
sir.
I drop behind the boulder.
Calm down. Everybody.
What the hell is that?
And he starts flying into the air.
The fuck is that?
He just summoned a greater demon or some such, didn't he?
It looks
Awesome.
pretty. I want its eyeballs.
You are terrible.
I kind of like storied like her words just die in her mouth, and she just has I kind of hate you all right now.
That's fair.
What
As
is that?
And he flies around and he says, well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I can fly. So
Is Cora still in the air?
if I were on
I
the
am.
ground, I'd probably get out of there. Because I'm about to lose control of this guy, and he's going to do whatever the hell he wants. And I'm pretty sure he's hungry.
And is that?
Then he's just gonna eat your dinosaur.
Yeah.
No, he wants souls.
Souls?
And he points a finger. You, and especially you. You.
How dare you? I have been on your side.
Okay, not you.
It wouldn't be
And
the first time I've
Most
died.
of us don't want to fight. You're being awfully presumptuous right now.
Also, you are acting very crazy over just a T-Rex corpse. Like, you could explain why you wanted it instead of just raging at
I
it.
don't need to explain anything to you.
I would quite like an explanation because you are acting quite crazy right now.
I don't know. I think you're kind of being a little bit obnoxious. Your character's being a
I
little bit
killed the
obnoxious.
T-Rex. Like,
But you weren't part of the fight. You walked in on his kill. He was hunting this thing.
We were just helping him. Though he did ask us not to.
He asked us not to get the
Yep,
final blow on it.
Look, if we were bad people, we would have just left him to die. But we're good people, and so we
are
wanted to
bad
help him.
people.
We are bad people. Like this
Hey,
is
look,
the
I'm
kind
trying
of
to
the
make an
definition
argument,
of
okay?
questionable behavior.
Questionable, but not bad.
I was to say we're not bad. We're not evil. We're
Speak for yourself.
Some of you are
we
evil.
are morally
we're
ambiguous.
slowly slipping down that slope.
I just
And the only
evil,
way to do it
evil
is
or
to
not pick. I like to pick my battles, and this ain't one.
Look, the only way to, really retrieve yourself from these evil tendencies is to commit selfless actions. And helping someone who seems like they're fighting a much bigger creature seems like a selfless action.
All right, I'm gonna go up to the coffin and kind of like knock and be like, "Hey, Clarissa, do you want to cuddle?"
Oh, hello.
I want to yell up at the
Absolutely.
guy.
And she opens the coffin up just a smidge, grabs you by the arm, and drags you inside.
All right, I'm okay with this.
I would like to yell up at the guy and say, look, if you just call off your monster friend there, you can have the body, we'll be on our way, and you'll never hear from us again.
Made me waste a spell slot. And he lands and he continues carving it up. Now, if you see any other dinosaurs, they're all mine. I've claimed the whole island. I'm about
Okay.
to rid this entire island of all these nasty beasts.
Well, can I just put a proviso in there? Is if we come across one and you're not there and it attacks us, we're gonna try and kill it to keep it away from us so that we don't
Yeah.
die.
Mm.
If you turn up and then start to kill it, fine, we'll leave you to it. But we will defend ourselves. Is that fair?
Well, I suppose that's reasonable.
Thank you.
But why do you
Now.
want to kill
Cora.
everything?
Why are you even on this island in the first place?
Well, there's some crazy bard who's a friend of my uncle's decided to show up recently and told us about this whole mess of problems around the Lolth and some, I don't know, whatever it was. But he told me about this island, and I thought,
Wait,
well,
what?
what a great
What
place
was
to
his
make my
name?
name. Merryvale.
this-
He's a complete drunk. I
Oh.
mean, nobody listens to him.
Oh
Yeah, no,
my
Mary.
god.
You finally got a drink. That's great.
Yeah.
Finally.
Oh, he was driving me up the wall.
Yeah, he's insufferable when he's not drunk.
You know Merryvale?
We did.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we
We
do.
Is that a bad
saved
thing?
him.
No, Maryville?
We saved him from a Temple of Lolth.
That was you?
Yeah.
That's hard to believe. What could a bunch of women do?
Oh, don't
Oh,
you
I
dare.
just
Bar
punched
like
the eye out of a
Merryvale.
T-Rex.
This just took on a real bad turn.
We also have
Cora
Cut.
is not
Not a
happy by
woman.
that comment.
Oh.
I love this game.
I literally tore the eye out of a T-Rex. I don't know what you think.
Put that down, damn it. And he smacks at your hand with the longsword. He's not trying to cut you. He's just trying to like smack at it, like a school teacher smacking at a student who's fidgeting with a toy in class.
I was gonna give it to my familiar. Edgar likes eyeballs.
The eye is part of the head. The head is part of the trophy, and I need
Oh,
the
that's-
organs for magical components.
Oh, actually, you know what? That's a really good point.
Don't start.
And he
arguing.
looks at you,
What?
and you
You're not
look
the
at
only
him,
one.
and you recognize him.
I do.
Yes, he
Who
used to
is
be
he?
a student of yours in school.
What's his name? Can I call him by his name?
Roll a history check to see if you remember.
Heard that.
Oh, please remember.
Yeah.
So funny.
Marty McFly.
Oh, it's a fucking 9. Damn it.
No, it's not that bad. I mean,
Oh, it's not great.
you remember him, but you can't remember his name exactly, but he's part of the Scorch family.
Gorge family.
I'm
just gonna do this. I'm gonna go-
Scorch. I knew it.
I'm going to be like, Mr. Scorch, is that you?
And he looks at you, and he comes over, and he gently reaches out and tugs on your beard.
Come on, buddy.
Do I know you?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I look a little different. I'm Miss Fizzle. I
Professor
wasn't-
Fizzle?
Yeah, I I died.
You died?
Yeah.
Resurrection does brilliant and strange things.
Yeah, now
Serves
I'm
you
now
right for that B- in art history.
Look, if you had just remembered your artist, then that wouldn't have happened. Maybe you should study more.
I do study. And he whips out the blade and he starts dancing around, and the blade starts making this wonderful ringing sound in the air. See? And
Just because
he-
you study the blade doesn't mean that you remember your artist. It's okay. Everyone's got weaknesses.
No, well, I suppose that's fair enough. What are you doing here? And what the hell happened to you? I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't look good. You look thick.
Thank you.
Are
So-
you
Been working out?
Agamemnon?
Hating
Agamemnon!
monster.
Oh, don't mention that name.
Why?
Well, he's my uncle, isn't he?
Ah.
Everybody talks about Agamemnon this, Agamemnon that. Like he was the only member of the Scorch family who was a wizard.
He sounds like a dick.
Agamemnon? Yeah, he's in fairness, he's not really a dick. I just, I'd like to be known for myself, not for being a Scorch family member.
And what is your
Makes
name?
sense.
What's your name?
What was that, Henrietta?
What's your name?
I'm Aegeus. Yes, I've heard all the jokes. We're all named after these fantasy people from some weird planet, supposedly.
Okay.
Greeks or something. I don't know what that means. Something about yogurt. That's all I know.
Jeez, Scorch.
I was named after a woman from a poem about a bird.
Fascinating. So, what brings the rest of you to this island?
we kind
That's
of
a
got
great
a little
question.
stuck here.
What?
So we accidentally opened this portal, right? But we couldn't read the language, so we just kind of like went with it to see what happened. And we ended up here, and we tried to get back, but we couldn't read the language. So we've been just trying to find our way out.
Speak for yourselves. I have no idea how I got here.
Yeah, we found her along the way.
Yeah.
He looks at you, Meridian, and goes, "What the hell are you talking about? Where have you been?
Excuse me?
Meridian, you disappeared from camp 4 days ago.
Ooh.
I don't
You
know.
didn't even leave a
who you are.
note. You
What?
said something about picking berries and then you disappeared."
Okay. Look,
I've been looking for you for days. Are
I
you all
don't
right?
know what you're talking
And-
about. All
and he
I know
reaches
is
up and
I
pats
was
your
up in a
head.
cell covered in blood.
So? I mean, pretty much that's every day, isn't it?
Is it? You tell me.
We're
what my
trophy
friend-
hunters. We're supposed to be covered in blood. If we're doing our jobs right, that's what we're supposed to be doing. And he looks down and shows you his completely viscera-covered arms with, bits of T-Rex scales and skin and gore dripping off of it. With the only difference being that some of his shoes are a little bit acid burned as a result. You just disappeared. You walked off. You didn't leave a note. We thought you'd been eaten.
Look, I want to believe you, but you're gonna have to prove it to me somehow because as far as I know, my memories are gone because of that stupid river thing.
Well, I guess that works out for me. I don't have to pay you then.
Excuse me.
You'll just figure out your own way to get back.
Fine. Did know my name, I suppose.
Yeah, you're Meridian, Glacier or something. Franche.
How? I'm a bounty hunter? A trophy hunter?
Well, I don't know if I'd call you that. I mean, and he kind of looks over his shoulder at the rest of the party and gives that sort of, shrugging, eyebrows raised kind of look. Maybe you're starting out.
Right.
Like an apprentice sort of thing?
Like hired help.
Oh.
I mean, I can kill all these things, but somebody's got to drag the bits all the way back to camp for processing.
I mean,
I think you're lying for the sake of your own ego.
so then if I'm
He
your
looks at
hired
Ellie
help,
and then
what did
looks
I-
at the rest of the party and goes, "Who is this person?" And he extends an arm at Ellie's direction.
A rather outspoken elf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I had no social life as a child. Interaction with other beings confuses me.
well, anyway. So, I guess you're the group that helped Merryvale get out of that trap of his. You'll be pleased to hear that Merryvale is up to his eyeballs in some very fine fortified wine.
Oh, good.
You mean he hasn't taken his friend back to his resting place?
Oh, well, I don't know all the details about Merryvale and his friends, but there's something going on between them. He showed up with these two carcasses, one of which looked like he'd been dead for years and years, and said he needed a drink, proceeded to empty the liquor cabinet in my family home, and asked for help, and then he spent the next couple of days just drinking himself into a stupor. Said something about some needing a priest of Lathander or somebody, but couldn't get out of the house. As far as I know, the carcasses are still there, but I decided to come out here and make a name for myself before somebody else found this island.
Where is your home? Where are you from?
Oh, I mean, all the Scorches are basically in Silvermoon, aren't they? Unless they're out wandering the plains looking for adventure, like myself. And he sticks a thumb in his chest.
Do we have a base of operations? Like, did I keep a journal anywhere? Any belongings?
I'm not your keeper. I don't know if you have a little diary where you drew little unicorns and other fanciful figures. We had a camp on the other side of the island. I came over here looking for this particularly nasty brute. I've been chasing him for 2 days.
I thought you said you were looking for me, you liar.
No, I said we were looking for you, and then I gave up. I figured you were dead. Don't call me a liar. I'm still your boss, damn it. Well, if you all want to help me clear this island so that I can turn it into a stronghold, I'll pay you handsomely. But otherwise, get off my land!
Your land?
I've
There are
claimed it, haven't
people
I?
who
Well, we
exist
were
here
first,
all-
weren't we? We claimed it first.
All
Yeah,
right.
plus there is Rial and the temple. So
Yeah.
Who?
someone already owns this island.
And he leans in very closely. Tell me about this someone.
I don't think you want to mess
No.
with him.
Oh, I think
Or
I
his
do.
boss. To be honest.
Isn't he
So-
like the simulacrum of a
Mm.
lich?
Lots
At
of
this point,
fun.
you guys should all remember carefully that you promised to keep it a secret.
Did we?
So you can tell him. Well, he wants to be. He needs quiet, and he needs to be left alone to conduct the various rituals necessary to convert his simulacrum self into something that can be used as a vessel to bring back the real Taral Var, and he cannot be disturbed if he's doing that.
What if we misdirect him on the way to go?
This is literally a sacred island with a temple on it. Like, it's not a place for a fortress.
Although, if we just get rid of him, then nobody will know.
But don't you know that the island is cursed?
Oh. It is cursed.
Have you
She's
seen
right.
the
Very
undead
cursed.
dinosaurs and
Did you not just see me summon a demon? Do you really think I'm worried about a bunch of undead zombies when I can fly all over the place?
Yes, because if you become undead, then you can't fly anymore.
No healing magic. is
Professor
done.
Fizzle, did you hit your head whilst you were being resurrected someplace?
Maybe. That's entirely possible.
multiple times.
Would you
fallen
like me to
unconscious.
examine you?
I think I'm okay.
So
But why?
you're
What's up?
just killing for fun?
Well, it's not fun exactly, it's profit, isn't it? Each one of these heads can fetch up to 500 gold pieces.
Oh, wow.
The internal organs are worth potentially up to 2,000 gold pieces, depending on who the buyer is and what they use it for.
Mm-hmm.
The heart, the liver, sometimes some of the other organs, and the intestines can make for a tremendous sausage casing.
Okay.
Oh, nom, 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 nom.
But what happens when you killed all of them?
Mhm.
Well, then I'll start building my stronghold, won't I?
Yeah, but there's
And
no
he
more
casts,
profit.
he wiggles a finger and he starts casting a cantrip. And he starts moving chunks of earth around. I can get quite a lot done in one day just by myself.
If
And
you
yet-
kill all the
Highly.
major predators, that will throw off the ecosystem,
Mhm.
which will pretty much destroy the island and make it completely uninhabitable.
No, it'll make it inhabitable.
No, it won't.
Yes,
the
it
large
will.
predators-
These animals are the reasons why nobody lives here.
No,
Once-
people did live here.
Yeah,
No, nobody lives here.
somebody
People did.
Maryvale told me all about those weirdo skeletons. They are apparently brought in recently by somebody else. They're not native to the island. Once I
Basically.
finish once I finish moving all these things off the island or finish killing all of them, I'll build hotels. There will be a casino over there by the beach. We'll have a very nice bar and restaurant with a view of the ocean.
Have you tried
There'll
to
be
take a bath in
tours.
the river?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should try it.
It looks...
It'll be do it. It'll be lovely.
You should
and
really
relaxing.
try it.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah, it's
Mm,
good for your skin.
Just ask our vampire lady.
Yeah, yeah.
You're lying.
Why would we lie to you? You just look kind of grungy.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Fizzle, I'm disappointed in you.
Oh, you're disappointed in me?
All those for throwing him in the river.
No,
No,
Oh,
not go that far.
because he's just gonna fly away.
oh.
And he suddenly goes, you know what? I'll just do it myself. And he cuts the T-Rex in half. So part of it is basically the lower portion and the upper portion. And he starts dragging it off by himself with his own hands.
It's really strong.
You got it?
It's a pretty tough wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a spoiled rich boy doing work.
He's trying to make a name for himself. Cut him some slack. He's trying to
Yeah.
break away.
He could try being more polite.
He adjusts his gloves. You see that the gloves are really intricate and beautiful. And they look like they are designed for some combination of either workmen or possibly people who are used to wielding very, very large weapons. It'll probably take me a few more months to kill all these animals, but in the meantime, you can leave, and well, anything you can carry with you, you can take with you and head off. But once I'm done and I've built the casino and hotel, definitely come back and stay. I'll even give you a discount if you
Oh,
bring
well,
some
that's
friends.
He doesn't realize the damage he's doing, does he? You can't just get rid of all the major predators from an island. And expect
Well, I don't plan on getting rid of just the predators. I mean, those bastards have to go too. And he points off in the distance where you can see what appears to be the gigantic head of another dinosaur peeking out over the treetops as it placidly munches on some branches and tree leaves that it's been collecting in its large mouth. And the head then disappears back underneath the canopy of the forest on a very long, sinewy neck.
Honestly, that seems much worse.
We care about this cursed island, though.
Yeah, this place is cursed.
I mean,
More
yeah,
like
but
the
it's an innocent animal, right? So, like,
Yeah.
do we? I mean, isn't that a herbivore? So he's not going to hurt anybody.
Just think.
Plus, think
Absolutely.
you
think
can
about
make
the
a farm.
ratings. Yeah.
People can come and look at the animals.
And pet them.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not pet all of them, but
I mean, they have a
But
point.
think about the
Wouldn't that
profit.
Make a name for yourself if you could tame these beasts.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, that would be
That
incredible.
would be more
the
impressive.
master of monsters.
No, you make a lot more. You can fit far more people on this island if there aren't these things running around stomping on people, even accidentally.
Why would people
Then just
come?
keep a couple.
Why would people come here?
It's
Is
just
it-
another island.
Yeah, in the middle of the ocean, and it's cursed.
Gotta have
Who
something.
said it's cursed?
We said it's cursed because
We
we've
said-
literally been dealing with the cursed.
Have you
Stop.
seen the freaking blood river beside you in the temple we just came out of?
Shh.
The what?
What temple is this?
I don't know.
Nothing.
My memories are messed up.
Amnesia.
Everybody roll deception.
God damn it.
Do I get an advantage for the "I am dead inside" expression Ellie always has?
I think you get disadvantage.
Aw.
Did it roll?
Mine
I
won't
see.
roll.
I see Henrietta's roll.
Yep.
13. Not bad.
Meh.
I can't roll. Why won't
Yeah,
I?
it-
Worse.
Powerful charisma.
It's like,
Mine won't roll.
I
Mine won't
swear
roll
to-
either.
Really? Uh-oh.
I think it's roll 20. I think it's
Yeah,
being a bit
it's
of a.
net 20.
Yeah.
All of them.
Internet's terrible as well.
Here, I'll just do a custom roll.
Can you guys see me roll?
Yep.
15?
I can.
No.
No.
Last
The
one I
last-
see is a 17.
Yeah.
The custom rolls aren't
Mm.
working either.
Mine's working.
Oh dear.
Okay.
All right, I see Dallin's.
I'm
Come on. Come on. Ugh.
Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
Those shoes are all overly expensive and will probably fall apart in a week.
What? No, the halfling who sold these to me told me they're really good quality. I paid 5 gold for these things.
You
paid-
overpaid.
What?
I thought I taught you better than this.
You taught me art history, not economics.
Well, no, but I mean, art history that has a lot to do with like morals and like figuring out if people are trying to oversell you, you know?
Didn't you leave your husband and children?
What? I did it for the better of my family, okay? Now,
Hey,
I don't
I'm
need
not
you to
judging.
lecture me, okay?
You're literally just paying for a brand. You're not paying for an item of good quality. You've
No, that's
spent
not true.
a
You're
lot
paying
of
for
money
high
on
quality
something.
sweatshop labor.
It's literally fast fashion is so overly expensive.
You're definitely
And
paying
so
for really,
crap.
really nice, fine little hands to stitch those shoes properly.
Goodness.
All right. 5, 13, 10. I see Satina rolled 5 and 13. Ellie
Yep.
rolled a 10.
10.
I saw Dallin rolled a 13. I haven't seen anybody else roll. I guess
Yeah,
stories
mine's
in
not
the
working still.
stories in the coffin. Story can roll.
Oh,
if she
that's
wants.
a-
Oh, there's a.
Jeez.
Mine's still
Wow,
not
there's-
working.
All right, so I got a 19, 18, 25, and a 21 from Meridian.
I've
And a
rolled like
6.
20
Rolls.
times.
All right, lots of rolls here. I don't know what to
There's a
do.
net 20 in there. I see
There's
it.
also a 6 in there. There's a
Oh,
nat
no,
1 as
no.
well.
No, I can see that one.
There's a-
But a net
there-
20. I can see.
1 as well.
I see the green one.
Yeah, selective color blindness.
Yep.
You you don't really think I'm gonna believe all that hokey about being cursed, do you?
Well, the island is cursed. You can believe what you want, but
Well,
Just-
look,
just-
if this is cursed, then you know what? I just got some more work cut out for me.
just
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
dying.
You
Well,
dying?
what am I supposed to do? I need to make a name for myself.
Train the dinosaurs.
What?
Train the
Tame
dinosaurs.
the dinosaur. Have you ever trained a dog? Do you know how much work goes into training just one dog?
then hire
And just
someone
make
to
it more
do it.
impressive.
You'd be the manager. You'd be the boss. And you can hire people to do it.
You don't even have to lift your finger.
Also, it's more impressive saying you train dinosaurs for a living than I kill dinosaurs for a living.
Look, I still need to make money. I can't build anything without money. What am I going to do? Part of the reason why I'm killing these things is because they're great trophies and the spell components market really wants to have some of these gigantic hearts and eyeballs and livers and things.
Just be clever about how you do it. Farm them instead of just murdering the entire island.
Yeah.
It'll be better for the island. It'll be better for you because you won't run out of dinosaur bits. which apparently are
Lots of
quite
ideas from this
quite
one, doesn't
valuable.
she?
I agree.
It's literally better to just
Yeah, I don't
kill
have
the
time for all of
bit at
that.
a time.
Why are
If
you
I
just
kill
kill-
everything on the
Oh.
island, I can get done within 6 months, and I'll have enough money to build everything I need, including bringing over all the workers.
But what if something happens and delays it, and you have to spend more money and then run out, and there's nothing to sell to get the money back?
Well, I'll just have to budget properly.
Well,
I'm not sure that somebody who's a penniless monk would understand that.
didn't you just say that you didn't take economics?
No, I didn't say I didn't take economics. I said she didn't teach me economics.
Oh,
Yeah, that is it. I did not teach economics.
Art history and economics are probably close to being antithetical in terms of the spectrum of skills that you learn. Most people I know who take art history don't do very well with general economics because they're very, very different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can I send? Oh, can I send a message? Can I face away and just whisper a message to
Sure.
Alan?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be funny watching him fail.
true. But I'm worried about all the animals, all the dinosaurs.
Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. If you're so worried about these gigantic creatures, and he gives a kick to the carcass of the T-Rex, you help me get the money I need, and I'll try to build something without interfering with the rest of them.
How much do you need?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be thousands of gold pieces at least. I mean, it depends on what I was going to build. I was a gigantic theme park. But if I'm just building a small stronghold for myself with maybe a small bed and breakfast, I was going to call it the Wizard's Tower. And he uses minor illusion to cast this tremendous fireworks display of the words Wizard's Tower and a little image of a tower sitting on a seashore.
Wow.
I think it would have been really pretty.
Well, then why don't you do both? Start up small so you don't have to kill everything, and then make
No,
your own.
that's not how it works. That's not how it works with these things. If I'm going to start and build a massive development, I've got to start fresh from the ground up. I can't do it piecemeal. There's too many dinosaurs around, running around. It would be interfering with the construction all the time. But I will say this, and he gestures to each of you with his hand to come closer.
I'll go closer.
I'm going to cast message and just be like, "Go on," in his head.
What?
Grimfaxi gets closer.
He's behind me.
I'm sitting on a rock. I'm happy on the rock.
Have you noticed the reason why I was able to kill so many of these is because I can fly and they can't? Has anyone noticed that nothing on this island seems to fly? Well, maybe your fiery steed back there.
Yes.
Is that a nightmare?
It is.
Respect.
It's mine.
Why do you think there isn't anything that can fly on this island?
Because they've migrated away.
Why would they migrate?
The island is
will you
cursed.
stop with the cursed business?
It really is cursed. Usually
That's not
the
a
river
good reason for
clues
why
people
there
in.
isn't some. That doesn't explain why something can't fly. I mean, what does cursed have to do with flying?
Plenty of things, depending on the curse.
Yeah.
Flying creatures flew away from the island because it was cursed.
It's got bad vibes.
Yeah.
Which, as an art history professor, I know all about.
You do know a lot about bad
Animals
vibes.
are smart.
Yeah, they have that natural
Sixth sense.
This
You know,
place
sense.
is cursed.
Like when
Well,
there's an
I
earthquake.
think But there isn't an earthquake on this island. I think
No,
what it
it's
is.
a curse.
Yeah.
He just looks at you and he just says, when you get back to Silvery Moon, I highly recommend you go check in with a cleric about your head injuries.
I mean, I probably will, but like, I
We
died,
have
so
it
I've
here.
gotten kind of superstitious.
I think
Yeah, dying
the
does
island.
tend to affect people.
I think the island has doesn't have any aerial predators because, dun dun dun, there's a dragon somewhere around here.
Cora,
No.
get Winrack out. Let's see what he says.
That's a good idea.
Call his bluff.
And I'm gonna reach in and get Winrack out.
Hey, it's... Winrack comes out and goes, "Oh, a juice." And he tries to get back into the backpack. He scrambles back inside.
What the hell are you running away from? Yeah, that made so much sense.
And you can see like one little corner of the thigh bone sticking out of the backpack, while the rest of it is like kind of, it's almost like a fish or an eel trying to swim through muddy water and diving into it and trying to head down into the bottom of your backpack, pushing bits of it out of the way.
Winrack, we were told there may be a dragon. And you're supposedly a dragon hunting weapon.
So get your butt back here. Not that you've got
He
one,
doesn't
but,
have a
you know.
butt, he's a thigh bone.
And if you
To
say
the end of
me,
your thigh bone.
where?
Oh, all right. All right. So I'm going to have to come clean. There was a mistake when Tonker was making me.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
Uh-huh.
make dragons, can you?
He said he used the word dragon in the spell, but he used it in the subjective version, and not as a general noun. And so therefore I can only detect things named dragon. Mr. Dragon? Dragon the bouncer? Anybody with a nickname Dragon? Yep, that's me. I can find him.
Okay, that's useful.
Been carrying around a talking thigh bone who cannot do the job he was created to do. We need to go see if we can find Tonka to get this fixed.
I don't think Tonka will fix him.
Look, you help me kill the dragon and let me take my pick of the spoils. You can share in some of the general loot, but not the magic items, because I'll probably need to sell those.
I mean, does that seem fair? Because if we like put ourselves at risk, we are entitled to some magical items, not just plain
Hey,
old
I'm
loot.
already trying to change my entire business proposal because of you people.
Dragons are notoriously difficult to kill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I mean, as your
really...
hired help, could I have some?
I
I
almost
think I could
tried
probably
because
do it on my
dragons-
own, but it would be a little bit more. It would be easier if I had somebody else to, stand in and take some fire, or
Mhm.
maybe heal me up a little bit.
Right, and wouldn't it be great for that hired help to, I don't know, receive magical items for their, I don't know,
Working
almost
dragons.
dying?
How about you
No.
can have most of them, but we get one each?
No,
I don't know, I think that
Alright.
seems fair.
no,
Kill the dragon yourself, then.
I'll just kill all the dinosaurs. They're easier to kill. They can't fly, and I can shoot them from the sky.
We'll go kill the dragon then and take all the loot for ourselves.
Seems fair.
Good luck with that.
You don't think we can do it?
I don't think so. I mean, no
Well-
offense, but
Don't you say it.
I don't think you can do it.
Mm.
Be careful how you put your words
Be-
together.
Very careful with how you word your next
Mhm.
sentence.
Don't threaten me, little lady.
I'm not the one you should be worried about.
I've got enough elves in my family tree. I'm not worried about you.
As I said, I'm not the one you should be worried about.
Do I know all of Rimfax's abilities?
You haven't discovered them all, so you probably don't. You know what a nightmare is generally. You know that a nightmare, because you rolled this before, so you know a nightmare is it's actually not an animal. It's actually a fiendish creature, and it can fly and it can travel the plains, and it's intelligent, and it sometimes is used as a steed for other intelligent fiends, as well as certain very powerful, magical, and usually evil creatures like liches.
Yeah, this is a willing creature, so.
Mm-hmm. I mean, once you've taken a long rest and had a chance to commune with Crimefaxi and share your thoughts and open yourselves up and had a glass of wine or whatever it is, you can probably get a bit of a better understanding.
I was just thinking about sending him to the ethereal plane and leaving him there.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, he'll just, if you just tell him to disappear, he'll go away.
No, I was thinking about the trophy hunter.
Oh, taking Aegeus with him?
Yeah. And just leave him there.
I'm pretty sure that he has to be willing, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. It has to be a willing creature.
I don't think that's going to necessarily work.
God damn it.
And there's no guarantee that even if you manage to take him to the ethereal plane, that he would be forced to stay there.
True. But it would probably take some time to get back.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's quite powerful.
I think it's a fair deal. You can take all the gold you can carry, less 30%, and I'll keep the magical items if there are any.
That's not much.
You've got a lot to say, don't you, young lady?
The problem is that we can't carry that much gold.
And so it's not worth putting our lives at risk.
No.
We want
Not for a magical item.
each.
Yeah.
No. I'm already giving up all these trophies on this island to follow this ridiculous idea of yours that I have to keep them alive.
Maybe, but do you want to die?
I'm not going to die. I don't know where you get this idea that I'm going to die. Nothing on this island can kill me.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna talk.
Sure.
Are you sure about that?
I'm quite certain.
You're just as cocky as the rest of your family. I don't think you're going to change from that.
Yeah, well, all I can say is I know that I've earned it. I started off right after graduation on my own, and I've survived this entire time without any help. I only hired these people, and he points at Meridian, and the rest of her crew, because I needed some help getting the body parts onto the boats to get back to the mainland. Otherwise, I would have done it myself.
So you did need help.
The rest of my crew?
Yes. Do you really not remember?
No!
I just thought it was the drinking.
That makes sense, but no!
People drink if they keep forgetting things.
Seriously?
Yes!
Well, there's like 4 other Dragonborns. You're supposed to be their leader or something. I don't know. I negotiated the deal with you. They all went off looking for you.
And you're a woman of power?
What color? What color scales?
One was black, one was white, one was silvery looking, and one of them was red.
Well, then I need to find them.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're alive. They disappeared. I told them to get back to work. They said they refused. I went to fly around looking for you because I didn't want them to go running off in all kinds of different directions and getting killed too. When I came back, they were gone. So I assumed they went looking for you. Either that or they somehow got back to the mainland without taking any of the boats. Or maybe they're eaten. You sent me back 3 weeks. Plus, frankly, I was very worried. You've only been gone a few days, but the fact that I had to use up a lot of resources to try to find you, And now I'm stuck trying to drag these things all by myself all the way back to the island. To say nothing of the fact that your friends are missing. But
Well,
apparently you found some new friends. I hope these guys last longer than your old ones did.
I mean, if my old friends can give me some clues about my past, then I'd like to find them.
Well, I'm sure you would. You might have to... Oh, there's a fox. Sorry. There's a real fox.
That was random.
It's random. He's just literally walked right past my window.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like... He's just like walking past my window like, whatever, dude.
What you doing?
What is this strange human doing?
Why is he making funny noises? So, do we have a deal? Otherwise, I've got to get back to slaying all these giant lizards. No offense.
Meridian says, I'm in. Some gold is better than getting nothing.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
As long as my party's with it, then.
Let's just do a flyover with the horse, see what comes.
Well,
up.
Professor Fizzle, aren't you the head of the party? You were the head of the art department.
No,
Well, yeah, but
Cora
I was
is the leader.
That's just because I was the best professor of art history that there was. Here, I'm not the best adventurer that we have.
Oh. Okay. Do we have to bring that gigantic stone monstrosity as well?
Yes.
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 Oh, God.
Vampire is in that.
And story.
What now?
Sorry.
A vampire what now?
A
A
vampire.
vampire's story.
And
And his hands
tiefling.
start crackling immediately.
No.
No,
You're-
she's
Very
friendly.
there.
She's
Oh.
She's very nice.
semi-nice.
Just don't get too close to her. She's a little,
Hungry.
clingy.
She's
thirsty vampire?
Thirsty.
Speaking of thirsty, assuming she might want to have a drink of story while we're in here, I would like to offer her other favors instead.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't see me, but my eyebrows are through my hairline.
Yeah.
I mean, Story is a
You
bard.
heard me.
Story is a bard, so
This is an 18+ game, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, the bard has nothing to do with it. Story is suddenly feeling a little more open to new ideas. That's all.
Hey, freshman year in
Fantastic.
college. All right.
love it.
So that's why we weren't really participating. I figured maybe we were busy.
I love this game.
you okay in this
The Deuce
story?
is a vampire.
You okay in this story?
Gonna come up with like lipstick stains.
Story?
Oh God, she's dead.
Are you dead?
Can't just
Sorry.
ask somebody if they're dead.
Well, you can, but you won't get a response, will you?
I mean, I guess first question is,
Defeats the object.
Does Clarissa accept my favors?
I honestly don't know what to do.
You have dumbfounded our DM.
Roll a persuasion check.
Clarissa looks at you in the dark and goes, I'm not used to being in this position. Well, can't we just cuddle?
Made the
I
vampire uncomfortable. How dare you?
If that's what you want, I'm happy to cuddle.
Yeah, and she pushes open the lid and jumps out and goes, and she points a finger back in the coffin and says to everybody, "She's a freak!"
Story, you
Story
you
kind
get the
of
vampire.
leans out and just says somebody who drinks other creatures' blood.
And she hides behind Dallin and goes, "Don't let her touch me." No means no.
What did you do?
What did you do? Tell me so I can do too. Give her off my bag.
Don't be so dramatic.
Seriously, Story, what
That'd
did
be
you
so
do?
good.
I think this is a good time to take a little break.
If literally, if a Story says that she propositioned the vampire lady in the coffin, Ellie's just like, why is she freaking out then?
Maybe she's not into horns.
Maybe she's used to being the aggressor and not the.
Mhm.
Aggressy.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, she's always asking for a sip, and I'm tired of getting bitten. So I wanted to take the lead this time. Like, before you bring it up, I have another offer.
Well done, you. You flipped the script.
And now she'll leave you alone.
I don't know. It's just Ellie's like, I don't understand.
Maybe. I don't know. Now I don't know if Story expected her to say no. So I don't know. Might be challenge accepted. I don't know.
All right. Let's take a little 5-minute break.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Take care. Bye. Maddie, are you back?
Sorry, I was finishing my corn dog.
I am jealous.
I've never had one. It's something I want to try.
Oh, it's so good.
What even is it?
It's a hot dog that is fried in breading on a stick.
Cornmeal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's crunchy on the outside and hot and salty on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
With,
tender.
Oh, it's so good.
with proper sausages instead of hot dogs, that sounds amazing. But
Well, the hot dog is like what makes it like.
I cannot stand the texture of hot dogs.
Hot dogs are disgusting, but like corn dogs are amazing. It's a weird system. I think it's the breading.
I'm going to give you access to a nightmare sheet, just so you have access to it and you know what it's supposed to be able to do. See how long we can keep it alive. Okay. Yeah, so that took a turn.
Didn't see that one coming then.
No, I didn't. I really didn't.
I can't say I would have done either.
I mean, to be fair, she dragged me in enthusiastically, so
I mean, I'm with Story here. Like, I'm not saying like she was like, oh yeah, right now, but like you could see how she could get that vibe.
yeah. I mean, and when we first met her, wasn't she totally naked in the blood fountain?
Mm-hmm.
He was taking a bath.
I know, but she didn't seem shy then.
I think it's because you came on to her.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's fine.
Well, it is a
Yeah.
little bit like that. So you remember her character is that she used to be a courtesan,
Oh yeah.
right? Which is a little bit different from being a prostitute. If you guys know what the difference is, a courtesan is supposed to. It's not the art of seduction. It's the art of seducing someone else into believing that they are the seducer. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So a good example is a geisha, right? A geisha is beautiful. They're very well trained and talented, but they act typically very demure, like a proper geisha. There's no sex involved, actually. I mean, in the traditional sense of it. But there's this whole desire that is created by the image of the geisha. That's how geishas are supposed to be viewed as successful.
It's really cool.
So that's how she that's a bit like what she's supposed to have been doing in the past. And of course, the fact that she was subservient to a senior vampire and everything else. And vampires themselves are a bit on that, sort of erotic spectrum, right? Historically.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I just didn't want her to drink my blood. So that's why we start with the counteroffer. Because she did. She pulled me in aggressively. So it's like, no, I got another idea.
Fair enough.
Flip
Yeah,
the
well,
She didn't like it.
well played.
So be it.
Wait till your DM comes with something funny. There'll probably be some, you've got to wear like a weird costume or something. Help her dress up for Halloween. Which is a thing apparently, because you guys, some of you were there when you created the holiday of Halloween.
Absolutely. That was awesome.
Ghost
All right.
alcohol and ghost bread.
Yeah, maybe you can offer her a job there.
Amazing.
All right, so it sounds like you guys have a bit of a deal now.
Yeah. We're never gonna get off this out.
No.
No.
Aegeus looks at you as you say that to everybody, and he points toward what he thinks is the ocean. Help yourselves!
We have other means. But
Well, I'll tell you what. If you help me get these dragons, assuming there's more than one.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry, dragons.
Well, I mean,
Dragon in general.
I don't know. I
Any
mean,
proof or
if you
any
think there's
idea?
going to be one, there's sometimes more than one, right?
Do you even have any idea of where they might be? Or any proof that they are here?
Yeah, I did see a big carcass not too long ago on the ocean, and it looked like it had been torn to bits. But it also looked like it had been fried.
So,
And that's not something one of these bastards can do. And he points at the gigantic Tyrannosaurus carcass.
so we're dealing with either gold or red scales.
Well, I don't know. I'm not an expert on dragons.
Well, I am, and I'm saying if we can find any scales.
Well, if you say so. That's why I hired you and the rest of the dragon board. That thing can fly, can't it? And he points at the nightmare.
mm-hmm. I can.
I think this guy's a little bit too big for me to carry. Looking at Cud.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got this coffin thing. Maybe he can carry the coffin and then we can go back to camp and he'll meet us there eventually.
Eventually.
Fine by me.
I really don't want to leave him walking in the woods alone with a coffin.
Yeah. Her.
Yeah, we don't want to split the party.
No, I guess not. I don't normally have a party to worry about. Problem is, my camp is all the way on the coast, and we're at least a couple of hours away on foot. I can fly one of you.
Be a nice stroll in the woods.
This is not the kind of place where you want to go for a stroll, if you hadn't noticed.
I'd rather walk
Beautiful
at
wildlife.
the moment.
Not a
What are you,
problem.
some kind of druid?
No. I'm just trying.
You don't look like a druid.
I'm
he
not.
He plinks your metal armor. Plink, plink, plink.
Do you think a
Look.
druid has a nightmare?
I'm guessing druids have nightmares just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And he slaps his knee.
Let's go.
I'm already walking. If we're going the wrong direction, let us know.
All right. and you all walk on foot together.
You can tell us more about your business plan on the way.
Oh, it's amazing. So I was going to have this hotel over here and a swimming pool and a swimming park and have a little harbor built along the edge. And he just goes on like this for hours while you guys walk. Eventually you get to
motivated.
Yeah, he's definitely motivated. He's got a whole plan and everything. He even shows you like images of some of the ideas that he has in his mind. He keeps throwing up these minor illusion images. They look like postcard picture perfect scenes from a beach resort. If any of you had ever been to a beach resort and knew what it looked like. Clarissa gets back in her coffin, closes the lid shut, clunk, and then from inside you hear.
She's locking her.
I suddenly feel like I'm going to have to apologize at some point. And she just starts walking.
All right. So you all head off to the beach. You all head off to the beach. He starts dragging this big chunk of T-Rex meat along with the head. Although he does sever the head and he sticks the head inside the bag, his bag of holding. But he takes the upper portion. And before he leaves, he says, "Well, for the rest of you, you said you wanted to eat something. I suppose if you want to take like a haunch or something or a drumstick, you're certainly welcome to it. I don't need all the meat or the tail. Tail's supposed to be pretty good. Makes for good steaks, although they're pretty hefty."
Sure.
And you look at the tail, and the tail is like the diameter of the tail is like 4 feet long. So
Meridian is gnawing on the tail as he drags it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hungry, okay? I don't know the last time I ate.
So he's dragging it on one end in front, and then you're like literally just chewing on the back end of it as you're walking along.
Exactly.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
And he looks at you and goes, "Do you want to help me lift it, maybe?"
Yeah, and I pick up the tail as I'm chewing it.
It's like you tuck it under one arm, and then you
Exactly.
kind of just like nibble on the tip of it that's sticking out.
Yeah.
Oh, story has never missed civilization so much.
You guys get to the beach, and there's a nice little campfire. There's several very large boats and what appears to be a barge. The barge itself doesn't have any sails, but you can see that it's got a number of ropes attached to parts of the barge that look like they could be used either to anchor the barge in place someplace on a shore, or possibly used to attach to boats and used then to be dragged. And on top of the barge, there's already part of a carcass of a triceratops. The camp itself looks very secure. As you enter the area, the sun is setting, and Aegeus wiggles his fingers, takes about an hour to prepare a whole bunch of various alarm spells around the camp. And he says, "Normally I set the alarms so that they just go off in my head, but since there's so many of us, I figured I might as well make them audible to everyone. So if you hear an alarm, then you'll know that something has come through. And the alarms are set about 100 yards out, so we'll have a few moments to get up and prepare ourselves, but we won't have enough time to put on armor."
Don't bad armor anyway.
Well, that is greatly appreciated. An audible alarm is very nice.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just going to kind of flop backwards onto the sand.
Yeah, the sand is warm. It's the water isn't so cold that it cools down the sand that much, and it's still trapped a lot of the heat from the midday sun. It's very fine, which also means it gets into everything, but it does feel soft when you lay on it. Aegeus does say, I mean, feel free to lay on the sand if you want, but we do have these perfectly good hammocks over here if you want to use those instead.
Oh,
Where do
Satina
you
will
put it?
immediately go to it.
Yeah, Cora's gonna immediately go over to one and jump on in it.
I'd like one.
Roll a dex check.
That's gonna be fun.
Because if you've ever tried to jump into a hammock, you'll know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Is
That's a
there
save, not a dex
any
Yeah,
possible place to wash?
You jump into the hammock and
I
it swings
crited
around.
twice.
It swings around in a 360 degrees. You look like you're about to do a loop-de-loop, and then you immediately settle in perfectly, wrapped up inside the hammock like you were a pea in a pod. And Aegeus looks at you and goes, "Wow, you know your way around hammocks, lady."
Absolutely. It's what I slept on after my village got wiped out before I went to Silvery Moon and got a job at George, I can't see his name. Giorgio's shop.
Oh,
Leo's
you
dad.
know, you used to work there? Oh, I used to
I
get all
did,
my
yeah.
supplies from there. That's where I'm hoping to sell some of this stuff. He makes the best potions.
He does, but he's missing.
Yeah, he's been missing for a few months now.
He certainly has.
We all assumed he and Agamemnon just ran off someplace to go start trouble, but I don't know. Maybe with Merivale's report, there's something else going on that we need to be worried about.
Are we looking
Maybe
for
this is.
We think he's been taken. I think he's in the Underdark.
I might have to rethink my resort construction strategy. Maybe this isn't the right time to build something like that. Oh well, we'll figure it out tomorrow. And then he looks at Story and says, "Did you say something about needing a wash?"
Well, yes, I'm just curious. After all, we've had quite the adventure in the woods and bloodied, singed clothes and hair, just kind of gestures all over.
Well, if you want, I can do that for you.
I would
Sounds like somebody's
greatly
dog
appreciate
doesn't like that.
Just thinking that the dog does not want to be washed.
Yeah, she's
He
just like,
recognized
I,
It says to bath time.
The dog heard the word bath and said, "No, I don't want it." He's hiding in the corner.
actually would greatly appreciate that.
And he starts casting prestidigitation repeatedly on you, wicking away all the dirt. All of the accumulated dust and grease and grime just sloughs right off. Even your ears feel clean. He says, "You know, I could also create an illusory smell around you. It won't last forever, but it'll certainly spice things up a little bit." And you start smelling a mix of rose petals and cinnamon and a few other delightful bits like lavender.
Ooh, I like you, sir.
Sounds like you're already spoken for, though. And he points in the direction of the stone sarcophagus.
Oh, I mean, I don't like you like that, to be clear. But we can certainly be friends. And then she will walk away.
He just shrugs his shoulders. Anybody else need a bath?
Yeah, I'm still covered in blood.
I can sort myself out. Prestidigitation.
All right, so he prestidigitates anybody who wants to be prestidigitated. And the rest
That
of
sounds
you...
filthy.
That sounds worse than Story and the Vamp.
I honestly didn't even mean it that way.
I didn't take it that way.
Yeah, I guess it does sound a little bit naughty, actually. Magic fingers and all that. Sorry.
Way to add to it. Love it.
Yep. You all settled
Let
into
me
your...
some magic
How
fingers.
many innuendos you could come up with in the next hour?
let's not. And he pulls out a giant, a very large metal cauldron. You see him lift it up handily by himself onto what appears to be a tripod skewer, and places it on top of a fire that he starts getting going. In the meantime, he also lights a couple of torches by hand, one of which he hands to what appears to be a glowing, ethereal form, vaguely humanoid shaped, which then lifts it and walks off about 30 feet away from the camp and holds it above its head, stationary towards the jungle. Don't mind him. He's my unseen servant. He'll stay there until till the spell runs out, and just give us a little bit of extra light in case anything comes up.
Wonderful.
All right, so what do we want to eat? And he rips open a bunch of burlap sacks. Inside, he scoops out some mess of things that you don't recognize, but it smells vaguely like animal fat. He takes a couple of fish that were drying on a rack, and he chops them up, tosses them into the cauldron, pours in some liquid. Some of it looks like water, and then another bottle that looks colored. And soon enough, you start to smell what appears to be a delightful fish stew.
Oh, that sounds great.
Ian's actually gonna keep tearing bits off the T-Rex and casting Ray of Frost on each piece before she eats it.
Do you like dip it into the soup as well?
No, just the raw meat.
Okay. He looks at you and goes, "Yeah, I never could figure that out about you. That's weird." Okay, soup's on.
Excuse me, do you have any tea? You seem like the kind of guy that might have some tea with you.
Yes, I have tea. I have coffee and tea. Would you
Oh,
like
you have
some?
coffee? Oh my gosh.
I would like some, or Cud would like some tea.
And he looks at the Minotaur and goes, and then he looks back at Dalian and says, "Are you sure?"
Yep, we promised him tea for like 3 weeks or something.
Something like that.
Feels like it.
I actually did the calculation. It's been about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, because you guys took a lot of long rests inside the temple.
Well, we had to.
Yeah.
You took at least 5 or 6 long rests in the temple.
I didn't want to die.
Well, that's
Okay.
true. That's fair.
Ow.
Sure, I can make you some tea.
Do you have some honey?
It's not a supermarket.
Okay. Had to ask.
I mean, I can make it smell like something nice. And he wiggles his fingers. Story stops smelling like lavender, but suddenly the
Aw.
cup that he's got in front of, that he's got in his hand, starts to smell like honey. I mean, it won't taste sweet, but it'll smell nice. And he gives it to you.
So, Cud, you want to try some tea? We don't have any honey, so it won't be as sweet as it should be, but it's tea.
Ugh. And he sits down. He looks very solemn. He closes his eyes. He puts his hands out onto his knees that are onto his legs and his knees that are tucked up underneath him, Indian style. And he says, "O great bull father, for what I am about to receive, I give many great moos." And he solemnly takes the mug of tea and he puts it up to his mouth and immediately spits it out. Oh, hot, 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 hot.
Yeah, careful, it's hot.
And he looks at you. Really? You couldn't tell me that beforehand?
I was gonna say, you could have warned that poor guy.
Sorry.
And then he sniffs it again and he drinks it. And his eyes open and you vaguely hear the sounds of angels singing in the background.
Mission completed.
What is
This is amazing.
I know.
Aegeus looks at him and looks at the rest of you and then says to Story, "Is he all right?"
Who knows? Who knows?
I
It's
mean,
been a
is
long
he
time
going to-
coming.
Is he going to freak out in the middle of the night?
Nope.
Do I need to put some wards on him or something?
Nope. He's good.
No. I think he's okay.
Okay. And what about your vampire?
She's okay. She's gonna sleep for a while.
I don't know.
Sure.
Just in case, do you have any garlic? Maybe just sprinkle some garlic around your bed sheets.
Some sticks. He doesn't like wood.
Yeah. Let's make her like
That's-
a. Oh, it won't come down to that. Never mind.
He starts gathering all the driftwood around the beach area, and he starts spiking the area around his hammock with them. And then he mashes garlic all over his face.
Yummy.
Still needs us, so yeah, she wants.
Make sure to get the neck spots here. She'll point and here, and she'll point like at the wrists and yeah, that should be good. That's you got it.
He follows Story's instructions and he rubs it into his neck, into his face, and then under his armpits. And then he looks at the garlic bulb and goes, "Can't waste that." And he throws it into the fish stew. And then he picks up.
Story will go to her hammock with a ration.
Satinas is going to use Mage Hand to bring the ration to her hammock.
Oh, well, I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I'm going to sack out. You guys figure out the guard watch duties. I've been hunting all day. And then he just immediately falls asleep.
Nice host.
Sorry.
Larissa climbs out and looks around and says, well, if it's nighttime, I can keep watch. The rest of you can all go to sleep.
Yeah,
How about
right.
we stay in pairs of twos? I vote Story and Clarissa.
Yes. We have some unfinished business.
Oh, do we now?
Yes, you were going to tell me a story. You said something about puppets?
Oh, that is right. I can do that.
I haven't seen a good muppet. I haven't seen good mummery since I was back in Thay.
So Story will agree to the watch with Clarissa, and then she'll ask. So shall we go first then?
As you wish. I'll be up all night.
So we could each take a watch with Clarissa.
Yeah, if you guys want to do that.
Before we go
She-
to bed,
She genuinely is going to be up all night because that's her normal circadian cycle. So,
Right.
in theory, if anybody wants to just sleep all the way through, they can do that.
before we go to bed, can I find Satina?
But yes, I am in a hammock.
Great. You're artsy, right?
I would think so. What's up?
Can I have your help sculpting and like just going to the beach and sculpting a little clay hand
A clay hand out of
Yeah.
sand?
out of clay?
Okay.
There's no clay on the beach. There's sand on the beach.
Oh, you can't dig under the.
I mean, clay is something that happens naturally in certain areas, but it's not normally
Right, but there's
something
a
associated with
thick
salt
sand.
water.
Underneath of sand,
Yeah,
there's a
always-
thicker sand, and that usually stays a bit better for like structures and stuff. And you can make it out of loose sand, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, technically, what sand is sand isn't actually a mineral. Sand is a grain size, so a rock, a
Right.
pebble, sand.
broken glass.
Categories
Yeah,
of great
I was
sense.
thinking about like the clay you find under the sand at the beach.
I know what she's talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but again, clay. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is a volcanic island,
Right.
so there's no clay here.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, what did you want to do?
Start sculpting a little clay hand as the material component for Maximilian's Earthen Grasp when I level up.
Oh, but you have a spell focus, don't you?
I do. I just for flavor. For character
Okay.
bonding.
For flavor, you find an old earthen jug that washed up on the shore that you can then pound into clay.
Wonderful.
So I'll who is that? I'm sorry. Who is
Meridian.
that talking? Meridian. Okay, yeah. I can do watch with Meridian and do that while
Yeah,
we're
so
doing
everybody else
watch.
is trying to sleep, and meanwhile, the two of you are pounding on this old earthen jug.
Yep.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
It goes well with the sounds of crashing waves.
So how long does silence work for?
Long enough for them to get the point.
Yeah, it's great because I don't need as much sleep as everyone else because elf.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it nice to be you?
You're all going to be tired because these two grinding a pot into dust.
Hey,
looks
we're
at
trying
Ellie.
to keep it down.
Cud looks at Ellie and says, "Elf talks too much," and then he grabs Ellie, folds
Oh
her
my
into a
God.
ball, and turns her into a pillow, and then he lays his getting her
I'm
in position.
surprisingly okay with this. Good night.
Wonderful.
That's great.
All right, so everybody can get a much needed long rest. Those of you who needed a long rest in order to level up, you can make the official changes now.
Wonderful.
All right, and just for clarification, we get half of our hit dice back after a long rest, correct?
Correct.
You can get up to half of your total hit dice. So if you use less than
So
half,
I
you
used
get-
all
you have
I
all of your
used
hit-
all
hit dice.
4, so I would get 2 back.
Right,
Gotcha.
exactly.
It goes away at the long rest. All right. After awaking, I would like to pray to the helm.
Yay!
This fucking thing.
You know, it's like if you forgot one more time, I was just going to take it away from you.
Yeah, no, and that's understandable.
Cud was going to wake up with it on his head.
Who do I want to pray to?
Yeah, Roll20 is definitely having some problems. I'm having problems as well now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've just had this white circle going round and round and round for ages.
Have you? Oh.
Yeah. I don't
wonder
know
if we
if,
should.
if
I wonder
where
if it's
I'm-
going to work if we switch maps, because we obviously need to be on the next map.
I'm currently seeing a little bit of a red river as though we're going around a bend.
Yeah, it's the same map from before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I switch
didn't- we
maps,
didn't-
it might shut things down for people, myself
I
included.
see. Yeah.
I've managed to move myself onto a new map, which is normal. But I'm not sure it's going to work for the rest of you.
Oh, but you now want to do that? Weird.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a moment to set up something that, it's already set up, but I wanted to make an adjustment. But what I'm going to do is then I'm going to swap the maps out, make sure everything's hidden, and move us onto the other map before we actually get there. So so if Roll20 needs to be reloaded, anybody who wants to do that may do so.
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
Yeah, but hang on, I haven't done it yet, so you'll
Okay.
give me a moment so I can do
Okay.
it, because it'll probably react after I've.
Yeah, generally I find as long as I leave Roll20 alone when it starts having issues, it fixes itself. But whenever I try and close it, then more problems just like stack on top.
Right. Yep. I agree. Okay.
Often the best thing to do with Roll20 is wait until it stops complaining.
Mhm.
Yeah, but mine's been doing this for like 10 minutes now. I've never had it going on for.
Yeah, I agree. I
That
don't
long.
normally have this many problems with Roll20 either. It's definitely having a bit of a bad hair day.
It's having a crisis.
Crisis
Is there
of
anything
faith.
special about this week that like people might have more free time to like potentially bog down servers or anything?
I don't think so.
Not aware of anything. I mean, there are lots of reasons why people might suddenly start playing this week versus over the holidays or Super Bowl weekend or whatever. Now, when you wake up, Clarissa will ask, so I understand you're all going dragon hunting. Is my attendance absolutely mandatory? Because I think I'd quite like to get a bit of rest, seeing as how the sun's come up and all.
If you don't want to go dragon hunting, that's fine. I don't blame you.
You can stay.
Neither do I.
Very well then. Good luck, everyone. And she gives you all a kiss, and then she gets back into the coffin and closes the lid.
Promises, promises, promises.
I heard that.
Think you were meant to.
All right. Anybody else staying behind? Is Cud coming with you?
It might be a good idea to leave Cud behind because
Yeah. Okay.
he's gotten beaten up so much recently. It's not fair.
Okay,
It's not fair on
let's
our poor Minotaur.
just dump all our allies.
Just don't what? Bother Clarissa, you said?
No, I said, oh, it's okay. Let's just dump all our allies.
Yeah, what do you want to do with the nightmare? Is the nightmare coming along?
The nightmare is coming.
All right.
And I decided I'm going to pray to Afara for the sanctuary spell.
The sanctuary spell.
Mhm.
Very good. Let's just take a quick look at this again.
This one, isn't it?
Yeah, to cast a spell from the helm, you must expend 1 charge.
Yes. And
So,
it starts with 3.
right. Okay. So, yeah, have you posted sanctuary? Okay, you have. Very good.
I did.
I did.
Yeah, 1 bonus action. Yep. Yep. Okay,
Okay, thanks, darling.
that's what I thought. Yeah. All right. So, what can you guys see
Alright.
currently? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
Just black.
The
Good.
coffin, and I can see my token.
Very good. Okay. That's exactly what I had in mind. So let's leave it there for now. I'm going to move you guys around a little bit. And then once we actually start everything up, I'll start to reveal the map. It is daylight. You've got your helm set up. Anybody else need to do any preparatory spells or activities?
I would like to cast Aid.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cast it for Meridian, Story. I'm trying to think who else, and Darlin, I think.
Mhm. And
Aid.
Aid. And
Aid.
I will cast it on Satina, Elnor, and Cora.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Everyone
You,
has Aid.
yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, Henrietta. Dallin, when Dallin wakes up, she doesn't feel quite right, and the fails.
It
No,
failed.
what? Sorry, you cut out then.
Sorry. When you all wake up, I forgot to mention, Dallin doesn't feel quite right. And those of you looking at Dallin realize that she has got splotchy black marks across her face and any visible skin she has. Presumably, you don't have your metal armor on because you all took your armor off to rest.
Oh, would you look at that? You've got them now too. Probably should have warned you about that.
What?
What is it?
The black mold stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's how I got the ones on me. Just pointing a big splotch on her face.
Is it contagious? A story takes a step away.
Yeah, you have to touch the stuff.
Not from what I've seen, no.
Only from touching.
Yeah.
That's not concerning.
I mean, do you feel okay? Like,
do I feel okay?
Are you still up for dragon hunting?
Do I feel okay? Do I feel like myself?
You definitely do not feel like yourself.
Do I feel?
Can't remember whether.
You feel nauseous. You feel unwell. You feel a little bit out of sorts.
Can I try remove curse on her?
Sure.
So why do we even have something that does that?
Well, it was a rush decision to get cut back.
Also scientific samples.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And so you cast remove curse. So let's do one thing at a time, I guess. You cast remove curse on Dallin. The black splotches seem to recede, but underneath them, you realize that Dallin's skin now looks a bit unusual. And in place of her normal skin, which would have been fine and nearly perfect and smooth, befitting an elf of her age, you see what appear to be lines and cracks, but not from standard weathering and aging of a humanoid. They appear almost more bark-like.
Huh.
And you realize as you peer a little bit closer that some of the hairs on her face, like her eyebrows and around the edge of her face, appear very stiff. They stand out, but not like hair normally does. It sticks out almost kind of without moving, despite the soft breeze coming off the ocean.
Turning into a tree or something?
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Starting to look potentially like one of my puppets.
Well, let's add that to the list of things to solve as we look for this dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the rest of you are like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyways.
I'm concerned, but I'm concerned for you, but there isn't anything that I can really do.
Trust me, we would help if we could.
Does the aid work on Dallin?
We would help if we could.
Yeah, fun.
Well done. I picked it up.
Thank you.
What exactly does aid do again?
It gives you 5 extra hit points, but they basically increase your maximum hit points for the duration of the spell. So if you lose them, but you get healed, you can heal up to them again.
Okay.
So they're not like temporary hit points; they're actual.
They're actual
No.
proper hit points, but you only get them for 8 hours.
Right.
Cool. Thank you.
And just to be clear, for those of you who may have adjusted your permanent hit points because you offered blood to Clarissa, I may have already changed your hit points back to your normal full maximum. So if you did just make another change again to reflect the fact that Clarissa didn't ask for blood today, then just do a quick double check that you haven't added back hit points. I already added back yesterday or the day before while I was doing my audit of character sheets. So you don't end up with more than you're supposed to have.
Gotcha.
So my aid spell failed.
Your aid spell doesn't even take off. You start spitting out the words, but it doesn't work.
But the aid works on my aid works on her.
Yes.
Excellent.
Sorry, I'm just gonna check these work. Don't mind me. Great. Okay. Wonderful.
Okay. I'm gonna try just to see that's a spell. I'm gonna try one of my abilities. That's kind of not a spell.
Mm-hmm.
To cast Divine Sense. Where is it? I moved it.
Oh man, in Divine Sense, how raunchy is this party now?
Everybody starts flagging purple and black and
That one. So
yeah. I mean, you know, depending on how close you're standing next to Hlumfaxi and whether or not he just dropped a poop, it doesn't smell any different.
okay, so it doesn't work. I don't feel anything. I know that he's a fiend, so that should feel something. Right?
Yeah.
Well, this isn't good. Something is wrong.
Aegeus looks at you and goes, "You all right there?"
I don't know. I don't think so.
He puts his hand on your forehead. You don't feel feverish.
No, I don't.
Although you feel cold, actually.
Cold. Okay.
Well, I mean, you know, cold versus, and then he puts his hand on his own forehead and he goes, "Oh, well, no, that's not a good comparison." And then he walks over to Ellie and puts his hand on Ellie's forehead.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel cold next to her.
Hey,
Oh.
I will warn you, I have already died once, and I am pretty sure I'm cursed. So I'm not a good baseline either.
And
Who hasn't died once?
Story raises a hand.
I haven't died.
It was the 60s. Everybody used to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do I feel... I don't know. I don't think we can figure this out. Well, something is wrong. Something is really wrong. Let's just keep walking, I think. I don't know.
And
what else
Aegeus looks at you and goes, "All right."
I don't
And
know
then
what
he walks.
to do.
So he starts trudging off into the woods. The rest of you are following. Now, I'm not sure that this is the right place, but I have noticed that no major large creatures seem to focus on this area, and it's the one part of the island I haven't already searched.
We happen to recognize the area at all?
Yeah.
From our gallivanting across the island?
You have not been here.
Okay.
can we look around and see if there's any gold or red scales on the ground anywhere?
Sure. Roll perception, I guess. Or if you would like to try to use survival, you can.
I'm not great at either.
All right.
I'll do perception, why not? So bad.
Wow.
I feel like Meridian is so focused on the gold and red scales that she keeps like, bumping into like branches and getting distracted by
Yeah.
those instead.
Like I'm too tall and I just keep smacking my face.
Yeah, sort of literally losing the forest for the trees type of thing.
Yeah. Somebody else help me look, please.
Look for something shiny. Gotcha.
I got a 12. My passive is 15. I got a 12 on a roll.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And
So
I got
Yeah,
a
so-
20.
so Satina, the eye for the beautiful thing notices some things on the ground. They are shiny and glossy, but they are not red.
What are they?
Well, one of them is about the size of a dinner plate, except it's triangular and it's quite heavy and it's black.
Okay. I'm going to pick it up and show it to Meridian. Like, is this it?
Is Meridian, do you sniff it like a dog?
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
I'll turn to, how do you pronounce Aegis? I forget how to pronounce his name. But I'll turn towards him, and I'll ask. You said the large creatures you saw that were all torn up looked burnt?
Well, I mean, they look like they'd received some kind of damage.
Acid,
Fried,
maybe,
maybe. I don't know. Could be. And he sniffs it and goes, Raggy.
What?
then.
What was that?
Sounded like Scooby-Doo.
Why do I get just what
That's
the-
not good.
What is it?
That looks like a black dragon scale.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
I'm going to put it in my bag.
But before you put it in your bag, Meridian, do you have any idea? You seem to be, our, the only dragon kin among us. Do you have any idea how big it might be from that scale?
Do I have any idea of how big it might be from that scale?
big?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
We can do this all day. Roll I guess you could roll a history check or maybe medicine check for you.
We'll do 16.
Yeah, so you look at it, you then place it next to your forearm, and you compare the size of the scales on your forearm versus the size of the scale in your hand. And your guess is that this might be a creature that's, maybe 20 feet long, 15 feet, 20 feet long, and maybe 10 feet, 12 feet high, maybe 2 to 3 times your size.
Ooey.
I think what we're dealing with is a very large black dragon, and they don't tend to be the friendliest.
No, but large. I mean, could potentially be worse. Maybe.
What's the black dragon's abilities?
Acid. They breathe acid, which could explain the burnt, charred-looking marks on the dead dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah,
else
it could.
that we should be worried about in terms of abilities that this dragon has? Because who knows?
I haven't had much dealings with pure dragons. I know a little bit about them, but as to its specific abilities, I'm not
Alright.
sure.
Yeah, you haven't encountered a black dragon in your travels so far, so
Not that I would remember, anyways.
yeah.
Yeah,
General dragon lore for you is you would certainly understand acid, but that's probably about the extent of it. Really.
Yeah.
wasn't it a black dragon at the Tiefling village?
I mean, are you asking or are you telling me?
I think I'm telling you.
I think you're right.
I think I'm telling you. Am I?
I remember we ran into a
Confused.
white dragon once. And
I
that
always
didn't end
found
very
it a little bit from a purely biological perspective. I found it a bit ridiculous how many apex predators there were. But hey, it's D&D. Literally, it's in the name.
The best we can hope for is that it's somewhat young. Because it won't be as powerful as an adult black dragon, but hard to tell without actually seeing it.
We actually took down a young black dragon at a Tiefling village a while back.
Interesting.
So it is possible.
How far away?
Right on top of us.
There's a Tiefling village right on top of us?
Oh, I see what you mean. No, that was a way away.
Alright. Interesting. Onward then, I suppose.
Back on the Sword Coast.
Right.
This does seem, if terribly foolhardy.
And suddenly, a slew of arrows come out of the woods and
Oh goodness.
attack. Let's see. One is going to hit Cora. One is going to hit Ellie. Why are you still red? You shouldn't be red. And you both take. Cora takes 12 points of damage. Ellie's going to take 7. And you hear from the woods further down. So you're standing on top of what essentially is a bit of a cliff. In case you can't tell, there's sort of a 10-foot rise here along this edge, and it descends 10 feet, another 10 feet, etc. Keeps going. You're looking into a glade, and there's a little bit of a pond further back. This is all kind of swampy jungle. It's marshy. There's a brackishness to the water and to the air that reminds you of sort of a coastal marsh as opposed to purely fresh water. And you hear the sounds from the woods. You briefly spot what appear to be a number of these small creatures hiding in the woods. And one creature in what appears to be armor.
Oh,
It's a big boy.
hello.
Was that a hello, or is that what?
Yeah, maybe it's one of your friends.
Maybe it was a very curious hello.
All right. Let's roll an initiative. Let me clear it out. Hang on.
Little
right.
gremlin things.
All right, go ahead, roll initiative.
Hold on. Where's my...
Dallin the Knight Rider.
Oh, sorry. Was on the wrong.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's great.
There you go.
I wasn't dissing you, dude. That you should keep it.
Can I roll for my nightmare as well,
Mhm.
or is it going to be on the same round as me?
We could just have it on your round.
Okay.
Keep it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, technically, it should have its own initiative, but I think it'll be more complicated that way.
Yeah.
Unless you would like to have it separate.
Oh, it's okay.
All right. Actually, just give me one quick moment.
I wonder if this is one of my friends. Probably not. Seems to
Yeah,
have hoarded.
probably not. That was more of hopeless optimism.
But you know
that'd
what?
be pretty cool.
Meridian's
Yeah,
gonna
try and
try
talk to him.
anyways.
We could try and talk to him, just like, why are you
Yeah.
shooting at us?
You could be like,
What are those little
"Oi,
gremlin things?
kindred dragon spirit, we
Yeah.
come in
Ah,
peace."
Oh,
could
he
you
looks
stop
black. so-
murdering us?
Well, didn't Aegis say one of your friends was a black dragonborn?
This is true. And I don't. Meridian would like to try talking to him.
Yeah, go, Meridian, make friends.
That's not my turn in the initiative order yet.
Bum, bum, bum. So how's everybody's day?
Good.
It was all right.
I had a midterm today. Like,
Ooh.
or not today, sorry, yesterday, last morning.
Ooh.
How'd you
Feel
do?
good
How'd it
about
go?
I did awful. It sucked.
Oh,
Oh God.
that's
Okay.
terrible.
I had
Let
a
me
job
explain
interview
what's so
today.
awful about this class. One, it's calculus. Two, there is no weight designated to, like, you know how most classes are split, like, oh, you'll get like 10% from homework, 20% from labs, kind of thing, you know? Yeah, no, they decided this time that the only, like, weight you're gonna get is from the evaluation. So there's 2 midterms worth 20% and a final worth 60%.
Jesus.
Yeah. And if it makes it any worse, they also changed it. So now that, because it's all online, they're not marking your uploaded work anymore for partial marks. Literally, the entire test is multiple choice. And if you get
my
one
God.
thing wrong, you don't get any marks.
That seems ridiculous.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
You
It
know,
was
that
awful.
is kind of rotten because, like, there are some people who are very good at, you know, test taking. Like, they never do the homework or anything, but they take the tests. And then there are people who suck at test taking, but they can, you know, get an average grade through doing the homework and the assignments and all that stuff. So you can have, like, a balance when it's balanced.
Clear.
Exactly.
Suck at
And
taking
the
tests.
thing is that you already know, like, there's 2 multiple, like, out of 5 of the choices, there's going to be 2, and the only difference is, like, a negative sign. So it doesn't matter if you did literally everything else right in the question and showed that you understand how to work through the problem. If you forgot to change the sign at one place, you don't get any marks.
Oh my God.
I know.
I mean,
it's insane.
math is like the bane of my existence. Not that I can't do it.
Same.
I just don't like it. I'm definitely more of a arts and English person.
Oh my gosh, I'm a history and science person.
Too late now.
Yeah, no, but that was, if it makes any worse, because it was yesterday, but it was at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Hey,
The only exam I can remember taking from my college days was when it was economics. Agricultural economics. And
Oh wow.
like there was participation, like you get participation points for being in class, but you could just get your friends to like sign your name because they would just pass like a roll card around. So you just get your friends to sign your name, you get the appearance points or whatever. Nobody took it seriously. So then she like amped up the exam like it was going to be hard and it was going to be a challenge, and we had to like freaking out because of course I slacked off because I could. And it took me 10 minutes to do that final exam. I was so mad for how much time I spent and how much stress. And it
She got your ass.
was 10 minutes.
Wow. That's terrible.
I hate school. Not
Same.
gonna lie. I love learning, but I hate school.
I got
Yeah,
like another
I feel
7 years ahead of me at least, so
Oh my goodness.
why?
because I want to be a doctor.
Oh, that's cool.
Makes
But
sense.
I'm just in my first year right now of my undergrad, so got a ways to go.
Yeah.
You can do it though.
Absolutely.
Okay. Right. So, Dallin, you get to go first.
I guess.
Yeah.
And do I see I can see everyone, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all partly obscured and hidden behind trees or bushes or something, but you can definitely see them because they've just fired.
Okay. I can see the black dragonborn. Is it a dragonborn? I didn't.
Yeah, he definitely looks a bit like
Yeah.
a human-sized dragon in some kind of armor.
Okay. I'm just gonna turn to Meridian and say, "What are we doing here? Are you attacking? Do you know him?" And I'm gonna hop on my nightmare.
Okay. Yeah, and by the way, your armor feels really uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like you feel like it's heavier than it's ever been in your life. It itches. It almost feels like it's burning.
Oh my gosh.
Ellie.
There's a dragonborn down there and goblin-y things. I don't know what to do, so I'm going to kind of follow Meridian on this. I'm gonna wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the dodge action.
Okay.
Anything comes at me, I'm getting out the way.
Yep. Story.
They just shot a bunch of arrows at us! And she will look around to the first goblin she can see and will say, like, its mother is so ugly, folk turn to stone just in case they might happen to catch a glimpse of her face! And I will cast Vicious Mockery at him.
Yeah, roll the wisdom save.
God damn it.
Being called ugly isn't a compliment for him.
Yeah.
I thank you.
And then I would just like to try and move to better cover around this tree if they're trees.
They are trees. So you're seeing the stumps, obviously, but we'll assume that they're full trees with foliage and canopies above them. So if somebody starts flying, we'll have to figure that out. But okay. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. They will all shoot again. Who can they see? Cora is still somewhat visible. I guess from this angle, the rest of you aren't really so easy to spot. Let's have each of you roll a d20, and I'll roll 3 myself. All right. Woo!
Wow, guys.
Nice. Way to kill your own party.
Go team.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, unless somebody's got some really, really super duper armor class, I think most of you got hit.
I don't think the dodge action will protect me from this.
Well, I mean, it depends on which one. Cora's going to get 2. What's your armor class again, Joe?
19.
19. Yeah. I mean, they are pretty weak, so it's not like they're that easy. They're not that powerful. But they do get a little bit of a bonus. So, yeah. Cora's going to take another 19 points.
Oh my gosh.
From 2 arrows that stick out of her. The rest of you will each take 7 points. And let's see. This one is going to disappear. This one's going to disappear. This one's going to disappear. The rest of them remain invisible. And this one's going to move up to the side. And then dash up behind here. Meridian, your turn.
Can I have any idea where that black one dashed towards?
Yeah, you saw him
Yeah,
dash. He wasn't hidden.
Great. I'm going to step forward a little bit, just by this branch, so I'm kind of standing behind it for some cover.
Yeah, I'll give you half cover.
Yeah, and I'll shout at him. I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing? We're not here to help you. Stand down. I mean, hurt you."
You're not gonna help him.
You said help. You said help. I heard it.
Look,
It's
I'm
been
one
a
of
long
you. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
try and ask him to stop attacking us to call his guys off.
Sure. Roll persuasion.
Okay, question.
I know.
Wait.
Is it post your ability in the chat?
Yeah.
First. Always post it there first.
Yeah.
So he's technically not a dragon,
Okay, great.
right?
Oh,
Dragonborns
wow.
are not dragons. Yeah, so he since you took your action to do it, we'll say that it's a conversation. And he shouts back, "Meridian? Is that you?
Yes.
What the hell are you doing with those humanoids?"
They saved me. So don't kill them, or I'll kill you.
Oh, not good. Not good. All right, Satina, your turn.
All right. So Tina is a little confused.
Not for the first time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move right here. Oh, let me move the map. And I am going to ready my firebolt if the dragon makes any aggressive Norsen. Yeah, Dragonborn. I'm sorry. Any
Okay.
aggressive advances?
Okay. Yeah. So the sorry, I made a mistake with the token. These should be kobolds. My bad. They're all these guys.
Isn't that what I was when we went back in time? A kobold?
You.
Or I was a lizard folk.
You were a lizard folk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I set up a kobold for you, for anybody. Okay. Yes. And the dragon born. So the other thing I just want to point out is, although technically you guys can all take cover, so can they. So in order to keep things simple, I'm not going to talk about cover. We'll just say it's a net wash. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So you have taken cover up there, and what did you say you were doing again?
Who are you asking?
Maddie.
Yeah, sorry. I'm readying my action if he takes any aggressive advances.
Okay. What is like if he runs up, if he walks? I mean, he's going to run up anyway. So what's the definition?
If he runs with intent to harm Meridian.
How would you know what the intent is?
You know what? Sometimes you just get a vibe.
Best answer ever.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
You know, I'm not saying.
Sorry, did I say that out
but
loud?
I love her delivery with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get a vibe,
Yeah.
like matter of fact.
Guy sees you from across the bar, starts approaching you. You're like to go to your friends, say, "Oh my god, he's gonna fucking hit on me."
Yeah, pretty much. It's a sixth sense.
Yep, I hear you. Okay, Dallin.
I'm gonna kind of wriggle uncomfortably in my armor and standing behind a tree in my nightmare, and just look out behind. I don't feel well, apparently.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot to do our. I forgot to do our friend. Sorry, I'll make him last.
How come I'm not on the thing?
I don't know.
I did a 1.
You did a 1. All right, so you can go. You can go. You can go last then. Go ahead and do it again.
Alright.
No, I don't see you.
There we go.
I don't see you in the thing though. Did you select your token?
Yeah, but no, it won't let me select it.
I mean, I can. I
it.
can do it for you.
Hang on one sec.
All right, there you go. I'll put you in at 1. Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. So what was it Dallin was doing? Don't worry, we'll come back to you, Joe.
I'm just staying there behind the tree and following Meridian.
Aegeus moves up to the front and says, he shouts out, "Is that you? What's his name again? Is it Black Spine? Black Pen? Black Needle? I can't remember. Oh, right. Oscar, that's it. Oscar, what are you doing?" He goes, well, I've thought it over, and I don't think I want to work for you anymore. I submit my resignation. I quit. Cora, what do you want to do?
I am going to use my action to use my Channel Divinity to preserve life, which means I get 40 hit points to share out how I want. So I'm going to take 31 for myself to bring myself back up to full health.
Okay.
And give 9 to Ellie.
Very nice. All right, cool. Now, since Dallin didn't have all that information before, do you want to do something different?
No.
Okay. Ellie.
Can I lean over to Meridian and just go, what's, you know this guy? I mean, I totally get him wanting to quit, but what's going on?
Apparently I know him. I don't know. Let's try and figure this out.
He's one of the Dragonborn that was part of your party, but you wouldn't know
Yeah, I
because
don't remember him.
you don't remember.
Yeah.
So but obviously Aegeus knows him.
And he seems to know me because he knows my name.
Mm-hmm. So the rest of you can sort of suss it out. He's one of the missing Dragonborn. So Ellie, is that really your action, or did you want to do something different?
I'm just like taking the dodge action again. I don't want to fight him.
Fair enough. Well done. Story.
All right. I'm gonna move up 30 feet, up beside Satina, because I can't quite get to Meridian. And then I'm gonna just yell out in general. Just so you all know, I have bullied mummies to death. And I'm gonna hold a vicious mockery towards the Black Dragonborn. If any arrows fly, any hostile action from them.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh.
They're definitely still going to keep attacking.
Oh, okay. All right. Vicious mockery. Here we go.
Because, I mean, either you take an action to interact with them, or you take an action to cast a spell or ready the cast a spell action. But you can't really do both, so I get for flavor. For flavor, you said that, but mechanically, it's not going to make a difference. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another 9 rolls. Would everyone like to roll an attack roll, please? I'll do 3. Okay, those aren't going to be super good. 3 arrows go towards Aegeus, but they kind of just bounce off of him as he whirls his long an arc, protecting himself. Looks like 2 of them are going to hit party members, though.
No.
Is Meridian injured?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. She'll take another 7 points from an arrow, as will Joe, Cora, rather. And Oscar, the Black Dragonborn, he's going to shout out, "You'd better leave. I can't really control what's going to happen next, other than to say that if you've got any treasure, you might want to leave it behind. Maybe you'll get to live that way." Meridian, your turn.
Okay. So he's not listening to me, so I'm gonna say, "You're a bigger prick than him." And I point towards Aegeus.
Aegeus looks deeply offended.
And
oh my god.
I'm going to walk up a bit and let's see. I will walk up so I can get that kobold in range, and I will cast. Hold on. I have new things I can do now. Okay, I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt, but I'm gonna expend 1 sorcery point to make it a twinned spell, and target a second kobold.
Okay.
So I'm going for these 2, and if either of them get the same on the 8, it'll jump to someone else.
All right.
So 2 of these. And they both suck, but
Yeah, so they're going to both miss. Pew, pew. The kobolds duck into the trees.
all right. I guess that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Somebody wanted to say something? Okay. Satina? I know we're getting
Okay.
we're a little bit over time. Let's go for one more round after this, and then we'll stop.
Okay. So Satina, seeing that Meridian just tried to shoot the kobold, she goes, "Alrighty then," and she is going to
Oh, it's on. It's so
Yeah.
on.
It is on now. Look what Ugandon did. All right. She is going to cast.
Doesn't sound like an art history professor is all I'm going to say. I'm just going to leave that there.
Do you think it's shaded underneath these trees?
Yeah, there's a bit of shade.
Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to magic missile 2 onto the black dragon, 1 to the kobold that's nearest to him.
Okay. Yeah. Pew pew. And he takes 7, is it?
Yeah, 7.
Okay. And you hear him go, "That's not fair." And I'll just
Fair.
this one. And one of the kobolds goes, "Beep beep." Okay, Aegeus. Aegeus is going to say, "You ungrateful lout." And let's see, what's the distance here? He jumps down and seems to roll with the fall. You hear him go, "Ow, that hurt." And all of you up at the top can see that he started casting a spell. Ooh, where is it? And you see you see him make this very broad somatic gesture, and a lightning bolt comes ripping through. And he immediately fries all the ones that were basically in a line near him. Yeah, I call that the shocker. Cora, your turn.
Okay. I am going to use my free item interaction to take out my crossbow. And I'm going to go for this one here. And I'm going to use my divine strike.
As Dallin looks on jealously. All right. Yeah. Oh, you're piercing 0 because you're Dex.
Wow.
It's awesome.
You know.
So,
Damn.
so I only got damage because of the divine strike.
Yeah, basically. But it's enough to kill it anyway. So the arrow sticks into his thick hide, but he doesn't seem to be hurt by it. He laughs, and then suddenly he realizes, as the divine energy goes through him, "Oh fuck!" And he collapses. All right, last round. Alan.
Yeah. Can I do the nightmares action first?
Sure.
Then, because I'm riding it, and it has a fly speed of 90 feet, and can it just hover? Not fly up high, but just hover to fly those 90 feet?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
To get to the dragonborn?
Right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna try.
So what, you want to be over there?
Yeah. Also,
Something like that. Okay.
and I'm gonna, and my nightmare is going to try and kick it with his hoofs.
Okay. Yeah.
A hoof attack. Oh. There we go.
Yeah. It bounces off of the Dragonborn's armor.
And I'm gonna try and take a swing at him with my great axe.
Okay.
Can I?
Yep.
Is it normal?
Well, you go ahead and roll. I'll make the adjustments.
Hey.
It, although you've done it 1,000 times, this time it feels very clumsy. And you feel like you started off well, but as you finish through your swing, somehow you kind of lose your grip a little bit, and it glances off of his armor.
Oh. And can I try another one?
You're so exhausted from the effort that you realize that it's not going to work.
Okay. Nice. Well.
Ellie.
let's see. What's the range on Chill Touch again? I am always forgetting this specifically.
I think it's 120.
Yep,
It's not-
120. I'll just Chill Touch one of the kobolds I can see.
Okay.
I think this guy here.
Okay.
I am very tempted to throw Chill Touch at the guy who's basically dragged us into this situation, but
All right. You chill touch the kobold and he withers and dies. Anything else for Ellie?
no, that's it.
All right. Story.
So, what do you want us to put on your tombstone at the Black Dragonborn?
Okay.
Oh my god.
He responds, "Why don't you start with your own name?"
Just give him the finger. That's my turn.
The remaining kobolds start to flee. And as they flee, they start shouting, "Grimdark, help us! Grimdark!" And this one also disengages and jumps down the ledge and heads toward the pond. At which point, you see a gigantic splash upward of water as a dragon suddenly flies out of it.
Oh,
Fucking cool. One of horns.
Oops.
And it is
Yep.
flapping up in the air. It is going to go on, let's see, initiative 5.
So pretty.
Yeah, hope you think that after he blasts you.
I was gonna say that thing can just go back to the bottom of the pond and suck on eggs.
Wow. You know, that's what I love about you, Jess. When I first met you, is I realized this is a mature player. All right, Meridian.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to move 30 feet this way and see if I can get him in. Oh, that's not 2. Okay. I will see this massive dragon exploding out. And all I'm going to do is hide behind the tree, quite honestly. Although before I do that, I'm going to shoot one more chaos bolt out towards this kobold here, because that's the only one I can get in range at the moment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't want to get... I could, get closer to them, but I don't really want to do that. So...
No, you definitely don't want to do that.
I am quite hurt, so...
And you're young and
Yeah.
squishy. What was your roll?
That was an 18 to hit, but
Mhm.
it was almost doubles, but it was a 15
Okay.
damage, and
Yeah.
I'll make that psychic damage.
And you see the kobold suddenly wrap both of its clawed hands around its ears and turn around and look at you. And for a brief moment, you make eye contact, and all you see is the terror before his head literally explodes between his hands.
Oh my god.
What an
And then
awesome image.
Wow.
I
What
mean,
I'll do
they
is
started
I'm
it.
What a way to go.
as a you know what? No, that's it. I'm done.
Okay. Satina.
Yes. How much would it take to get off the cliff? Like, what would it take to get off the cliff? Is it normal movement? Is it half movement?
The movement itself is normal because you can just jump down. I'll let you guys roll a dex save to avoid taking any damage. If you fail, then you take your normal fall damage.
Okay.
It's only 10 feet, right?
Yeah, it's only 10 feet, so it's 1d6 if you fail.
Okay.
But because it's like swampy, it's it's pretty soft in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
Biggest risk is you roll your ankle.
All right, no biggie. I am going to dash. And I'm going to dash right here.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, that's right. Oh no. Ba. Yep, okay. And that is my turn.
Okay. The dragon is hovering in the air, flapping its wings, and it sees you attacking its kobolds, and it flies towards the nearest enemy, which I guess would be the nightmare.
And me.
Yes. And you all stare in horror as it opens its jaws while it hovers in the air and lets loose a flood of acid covering the nightmare and Dallin in a caustic mess.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity save for yourself and for your nightmare.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good
Right.
stuff.
Nice.
It's just the dex, right?
Yeah, just dex. Yeah. You can just literally click on dex.
Yeah, the dex.
Yeah.
So it's 12 for the mare.
Okay. So the nightmare is going to take let's just roll the damage.
I don't like that.
I was gonna say, good sign.
Oh
good
my
sign.
god.
It actually is going to be higher than that. I was just wondering if it was going to be bigger, but it's actually 49 damage for the nightmare. I'll mark it on this so I know. And your nightmare is melting in front of you. You will take 25, but as you do, your skin melts off. The rest of you watch in horror as Dallin's elven appearance completely changes. And underneath, for a brief moment, there is a shimmer of light. And you think you see what appears to be almost a dryad's-like appearance, which then changes into a more humanoid form.
Oh.
Fuck.
Are you a druid now?
What
Oh
just
my.
happened? What just happened? Things are getting weird again.
Aegeus goes, right. I guess I'll give him the shocker too. And he sticks his 3 fingers up again, and he lets loose with another lightning bolt. Who wants to roll for the dex save for the dragon? Emma, why don't you do it, seeing as how you're closest of kin?
Sure. Sick.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. And that will be 26 points as a lightning bolt rips through 25 points, rather. The dragon, and the dragon looks PO'd. Aegeus then goes, Keep it distracted while I keep shooting it.
It's a great plan.
Cora, you get the last action before we break.
I'm gonna have a go at the dragon with my light crossbow. 15?
Ooh. It bounces off the thick, scaly hide.
Thought it might. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Meridian.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Just looking at which level to do it at. Yeah, okay.
Very good.
Level 2. Healing Word. There you go, you get 15.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, very well.
I think that's more than she has altogether.
Yeah, quite possibly.
15? Yeah. That brings me back to full.
Okay.
Good session.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well done, everybody. Yeah, there's a couple of questions to answer. I mean, Dowlin looks great. Her skincare regimen definitely is working.
It was peeling, chemical peeling.
It's a chemical peel. Yeah, it's literally a chemical peel. We might have to change the colors on that token. I just realized it's a little bit hard to see.
Yeah, it's just
Maybe the background colors could be a little bit brighter.
Yeah, it's just temporary.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Well done, everybody. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you all
Definitely.
for reminding me in advance to start recording.
Oh, stop
Hey,
recording
no
now.
problem. You're welcome.
Did you remember to start recording?
The sincerity is overwhelming, honestly.
Like the worst people ever sometimes.
Oh boy. All right. So I will. So since people can't wait to get out, I'm going to log off and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and see you guys next Thursday.
Yep, sounds
Next
good.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.